Hi there. It's your second favorite DP right here, okay? No, that's Deadpool, you silly little Hufflepuff. Anyways, I'm gonna need you to shut up that pretty little mouth of yours and pay attention because the show's about to start, alright? And, I don't know about you, but I know who's my vote for sexiest ex-soldier turned pop culture show host. Alright, enough foreplay. Let's get on with the show.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all. Today is May 24th, 2022, and this is episode 99 of Pop Culture Warrior. It's the show where I stay up to date on all the ins and outs of what's happening in pop culture, so you don't have to. I am CQ. I am your Pop Culture Warrior, and with me, as always, is a guy I've never actually met face to face. He's the man in the bubble. He's the voice of the unpop culture, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Radar. Yay!
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Oh, it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. It's Radio Tuesday. I love
I'm
it.
happy. I am so happy. Where are those fine,
We almost
fine
missed
folks?
I almost missed it.
How could you miss
Well,
Tuesday
so I had to work a
night?
little bit late, and then I don't know, I was speeding through the interstate trying to get home because now it's nice out, so every little bit of construction needs to be done sometime in the next 3 months.
Mm,
And then I had to eat dinner, which was a brownie and a Diet Mountain Dew, because that's how I
that
keep my
is-
dad bod.
That's breakfast, dinner of champions right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Heath, what's going on, man? Nice to see you out there. It's like crickets. Is it me or are we missing?
Yeah,
a
there's
few
nobody
folks?
in the main page chat. What's up with that?
I think things are going on in the world, and people are realizing maybe pop culture news isn't
That is not true at all.
isn't the forte
We
tonight.
we
you don't
are
think?
we are the release from that bullshit.
This is
And
release. We are the premier
what
preeminence.
what did they call what was our name last week? The Moist Brothers or something?
Yeah.
The Moisty Boys or
The
something.
Moisty Boys. I forgot all about that. Oh, Jesus. The Moisty Boys are
The
back.
Moisty Boys. That's right.
Oh, man. Jim, what's up, man? Great to see you out there. We got Nemo hanging in the Pop Culture Warrior chats. What's up? What's up? Jim says, Diet Mountain Dew. Ooh, you must work out.
I do.
You
I
do
work
You
out.
do the do?
I do the do.
You do the do. Bob.
I do the do.
Bob's out there. He says, here, but listening.
Good.
I would hope if you're here, you're listening. Here, but listening. I think maybe that
He's not
saying he's not gonna be
interacting in the chat.
engaging in the chats.
And I don't blame him. I mean, really.
Oh man. Anyway, dude, this is episode 99.
I know. Next week's a big one.
Next week's a big one. I mean, if we have the show next week, who knows? The next episode, let's say it that way. The next episode is a big one. Next episode's a really big one. 100 episodes.
That's like a
100
lot.
recordings. That's a lot, man. That is a lot. I mean, and it barely over 2 years doing 100 episodes. I mean, we didn't miss
Uh-huh.
it. We didn't miss many. We
No,
didn't
we
miss many
haven't.
weeks. And all you fine, wonderful people joining us on this incredible journey. It's been so much fun. And let me tell you something. There's so much cool shit on the way. To think where we started and where we've gotten to during a global pandemic. I mean, imagine when all the roadblocks are lifted and all the things that were slowing us down are lifted. I got some really exciting stuff. Like I've got 3 conventions already locked in that I'm going to be at and trying to get content at. One of them I'm on the verge of getting press passes, which is really cool. That'll give us a certain amount of access. Another one, we're just gonna go dip the toes in, see what we can get going.
Yeah. You're
Sorry, I'm reading Jim. You're funny, dude. You're funny. He says, what most people don't know is that CQ doesn't actually stop talking. They just turn the cameras on and off for 2 hours throughout the week.
That's what we do.
Oh man. That deserves a witty response. And I just don't have one. That's really funny.
No, we don't have responses.
That deserves a
still.
retort. It deserves a retort, and I don't have one. But yeah, no, there's some really, 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 really cool stuff. Some stuff I still can't talk about, but it's coming up very soon, like July soon. So tune in for that. So for the 100th episode, whether it's next week
Yes.
or the week after, for the 100th episode, I got a pretty cool interview that was pre-recorded. It's a little short because of the guy's schedule, and we're going to do like a part 2 eventually. He had a great time. He really enjoyed it. I don't want to put blame on anybody. There might have been a confusion over the amount of time we were set to do on one of our ends, not saying whose, but he was a really cool guy. We had a really fun conversation. It's about 30 minutes, and we're definitely going to do a second one. He had a blast, and he wants to come back and do like the full deal. So that'll be part of the 100th episode, which means
He wants to do the full Monty, huh?
he wants to do the full Monty, which means we're going to have more time for show. And with that time, we're just going to do giveaways. I mean, just a ton of giveaways.
Do you really want to do giveaways?
I
thought you kind of rolled those out a little bit.
I'm going to do as many giveaways as I humanly possibly can. I'm still figuring out the method in which people will be able to enter, but I definitely have decided on the prize wheel. So as a person is selected, we'll spin the prize wheel and live find out what they get.
I have an idea, and just because she's not here in the chats right now,
okay,
you have to send Spanky a private message with the word behoove in it.
Okay.
And then and screenshot that to us, and that will get you entered in the drawings.
That's it. While I love that idea, I do love that idea. I feel like somehow that's gonna blow back on me.
I mean, it might a little bit, but come on, that'd be worth it.
Man.
Well, I'll put that in the group and see what everyone thinks.
Gregory says you got to find a guest for the 100th episode that can top the T1000. See, that's tough How do you top the T1000? One of the most
You,
unbelievable. I will say this:
yes.
the guest that I'll be playing the pre-recording for as a tease, he's been a part of the MCU. He's been part of the DC universe, both TV and movie. He's been part of the James Bond franchise, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. He was in Inception. He, like these are some of the biggest franchises of all time. He was in the Harry Potter franchise. So I mean, can you get bigger than that? I mean, when you really think as a pop culture guy, to have been is seen, his work is seen in some of the biggest franchises of all time. I mean, I think that's worthy of a 100th episode. What do you think?
I think so.
I think so, right?
Absolutely. I think so too. I really do. I do. Okay. Not bigger,
Mm-hmm.
but that was a really, really fun interview.
The Robert Patrick, yeah,
Robert Patrick was
he was great.
amazing. That was a great interview, and I don't know. We've had lots of great people on.
Don't tell me we've peaked. Don't tell me we've peaked.
No, I'm not saying we've peaked at all. But I mean, okay, everyone comes on and has fun with us,
Yep.
right?
That's
And
the
some
idea.
of the people have been a little bit on the higher end and lower end. They've all had a ton of fun,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Like Clark Gregg, an instant
Oh,
recognizable face
my
for
God.
everybody.
What a
Had
great
a
one.
great time, but was he? It's hard to say if he's more fun than Robert Patrick or anyone else. Like it's hard to when they come on, you almost forget who they are as a character, and you get to interact with them as a person,
Sure.
right? So it makes that more personable with people, and it makes it more fun. And that was such a fun interview. He was such a giving and open person to all the aspects of everything he does that it was great. And we've had other people come on and talk about addiction problems and talk about all these struggles with mental health issues
Yep.
and all these things. And yeah, you see him as an actor or whatever role they play, but then they really open up and become a person, a real person that shares an hour with us. And so it's hard to say, well, they're all great. We've had nothing but great people on, and it's really hard to. I mean, can we top that interview? Maybe we'll see. But is it any better than any other one when you start talking about hey, it was more fun, but some people are more serious and some people are more open? It's great. We have such a great eclectic group, and I'm happy as hell at it.
Yeah.
I don't
Absolutely.
think I'd want to
I
say
wouldn't
that.
change anything. I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't
been
change a thing.
great.
Tonight, we also have a guest,
Ooh, we do.
and it was also pre-recorded. So no, it's okay. It's okay. There, it's like here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is a positive thing. We are getting some. I don't want to see. What's the right word? We're getting some recognition.
Yes.
We're getting some notoriety. This is a person that came to me because Lionsgate, the movie company, said, "Hey, we've got a new movie coming out next month." Actually, well, they messaged me last month, but it's coming out next week. We're in the next 27th, 3 days, 5, 6,
Okay.
3 days. And they messaged me last month and said, "Hey, we got a movie coming out next month. We want you to see the movie." He sent me a screener, so I watched the movie, and we want you to interview some of the guys from the movie. I said, "Okay, great." And so we're starting to get some more. I want to see more noteworthy because, like you said, no one's better or worse than anyone else.
No.
But we're definitely reaching some peaks we haven't necessarily been at before, and it's a double-edged sword. So the pro is, we are climbing the ranks, and keep at this rate, we'll be at movie premieres pretty soon. The con, the negative, is that we're getting these guys during press cycles, which means they have very limited scheduling, limited time. They can't do live at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday Eastern. And
Yeah,
these
because
guys
that works. Because that works with the guys in their basement.
so
Can you hang out with some guys in their basement
these
at
guys
8 o'clock?
and these
on
guys are all
Friday,
over the
on
world.
Tuesday?
That's the other thing. These
Yep.
guys are all over
Excellent.
tonight's guest called in from Canada. We talked. He was in Canada, and our episode 100 guest
Was
is
he head off? Was his head all flappy?
That's the top.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
buddy.
hey, pal.
Hey, pal.
So the 100th episode guest called in from the Great Britain. He was in Mario, England. So yeah, it's definitely cool, but there's some challenges that we're facing. But it's great. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So yeah. So tonight's interview is pre-taped, but I guarantee you guys will enjoy it. It was a great conversation. At one point, I'll tease, he makes mention of the fact that Pop Culture Warrior is getting out there. He said something along the lines, I'm paraphrasing, but you'll see it yourself, where he says, I was really excited to come on. I've heard so much about the show. Everyone says you have to come on it. It's a good time. And I'm like,
wow.
Like, I wanted to pause the interview right there and be like, wait, who's saying what about what? Huh? But I played it cool. I'm just like, oh yeah, no, of course, yeah. Kind of a big deal, whatever. But yeah, so the name's getting out there. Word's getting out there. So tonight we have Aleks Paunovic coming on. You've recently seen him play Ivan. He was the tracksuit mafia guy from Hawkeye, the series Hawkeye. And his new movie is coming out on the 27th called Zero Contact. It is a movie where he's playing opposite Sir Anthony Hopkins.
God, that'd be amazing.
And which is legendary. And you'll see in the interview when we talk about it. The crazy thing about this movie is they filmed it during the pandemic completely virtually. 17 different countries. No one ever met face to face. They filmed the entire movie over Zoom. It like literally not the director, not the writers, not the camera people, nobody ever being in the same room. Or really the same country. So it's really cool to watch. It reminds me a lot of like the found footage kind of movies, like your Cloverfield, your Blair Witch style.
Yeah, I was gonna say Blair Witch.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's very much like that through the lens of like security cameras and Zoom sessions and phones, cameras, and all that. It's very like high tech. It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. But you'll see the interview later today. It's a great movie. Yes, Leon says he's also in Snowpiercer. The show. He's also in Van Helsing, the show. I mean, he's done a bunch of stuff. Incredible guy. I mean, big 6, I think he's like 6'1", 6'2", or 6'4", so like huge dude. Very intimidating. He plays those tough, mean characters, but the nicest guy, the really sweetest guy. We talked for a little bit, and I think we did like 40 minutes, something like that. So that'll come up later today. But anyway, let's see. We talked about the 100th episode. We're doing prizes. We're doing giveaways. We're going to do random giveaways too. So random winner, random prize, with some of them being huge. And Radar knows how huge some of these prizes are.
Like his buddies were trying to talk him out of it huge.
Yeah. Like a lot of people trying to talk me out of it kind of huge. And like I'm talking like $1,000 or more huge. Which I'm not paying for shipping this time, because some of these prizes they're not heavy, they're just big. They're big or oddly shaped or whatever. I'm not paying for shipping. There's gonna be too many winners for me to pay shipping.
I'm big and oddly shaped.
So anyway, yeah, I should make people like, if you win a prize, like you got to, screenshot that you're subscribed to the YouTube and the Facebook, to be eligible to win. Anyway, whatever.
Or send Spanky behoove meme. It would behoove of you to do that.
An autograph from Tom Cruise. Leon, that's gonna be the booby prize. Is a fake autograph from Tom Cruise. It's gonna be one of the booby prizes. Doesn't it? There's also gonna be like trap prizes. A 1 year subscription to, I don't know, Good Home and Cleaning magazine. I don't know, something. We'll have fun with it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Jim, naughty. What else? Heath, I was 6'1" before betting. That's funny. Hey, Carter, Corporal Nobody. How you doing? Let's see, what else we got? Oh, hey, good callback. Corporal Nobody with the callback. Orange Mayo Basket Prize. We're actually, should we tonight do some Who Eats This?
Ooh.
I've got a
Will
bunch of.
Will you eat it?
I got a bunch of them.
Oh.
We'll do some headlines, and then
we'll do some headlines. Then we'll talk about it.
We'll play some.
Do we have a full length interview tonight, right?
About 40 minutes.
Okay.
40 minutes. Yeah. We'll do a short break. We'll do 40 minutes, and then we got plenty of time at the end of the show to do that. All right. So, where to start? Ooh, I know. We just got a new trailer for Thor. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Yes.
Ooh,
yes, I have.
You actually seen something for once.
I did. I saw
it. Exciting. Well, we're going to watch it again. For those watching at home, let me cue up what I got here. Cue this up. Cue that up. Cue that up. We'll make sure that our boy Radar can hear.
Yeah.
There we go. And you should be able to hear the stream now. All right, guys. First up tonight, we've got the new trailer for Thor. And folks at home, warning, there's some partial nudity in this one. Let's go.
Kids, get your popcorn now. Let me tell you the story of the space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey. Well, he got in shape. He went from dad bod to god bod. And after all that, he reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon.
Jane? The old ex-girlfriend.
What's it been, like 3, 4 years?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days, give or take.
Am I, sensing feelings?
Well, you're right.
The only ones who gods care about is themselves.
So this is my vow.
All gods will die.
I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
He's just my first bad guy.
You never forget your first.
You are not like the other gods that kill.
Because I have something worth fighting for.
Let's see who you are. I take off your disguise. And flick!
Oh, you flipped too hard, damn it!
Should we help him? And eventually, great.
All righty. Woo! Thoughts, Mr. Radar?
I'd have felt better if they did it when he was still Fat Thor.
Well, I mean, he's gonna be partly in the movie. He's gonna be Fat Thor.
No, but I mean, no, I'm talking about the nude scene.
The nude scene.
That makes me
How
more
funny
confident.
if they had him as Fat Thor in the nude scene and they didn't have to blur anything because his gut hangs over.
Oh wait, I feel attacked.
Like you ever watch like Family Guy? Like they like Peter's naked.
I know exactly what I've
he's got
seen
the
it.
gut hanging
I've
over.
seen what you're describing right now. So is my wife, and I don't need to.
Yeah.
It's whatever. It's fine.
Nemo's in
No,
the
but genuinely,
chats.
that looks exciting.
Yeah.
Going off your premise before,
Mhm.
did you notice any shot in there that was in the previous preview?
No, I mean, obviously there's a lot of similar scenarios, like right where he's in the Coliseum and he's on the boat, but obviously, I don't think a single shot in there
It's from
is
the other one,
the
too.
like carbon. The one shot when they're standing on like they're seeing the fallen god, and there he's in like the snow outfit. It's like the white, but like that's it. It's just that one, which is such a pivotal, straight from the comic books panel scene. That I totally get it. Joe says Christian Bale's a notorious method actor in preparation for this film. He watched Morbius and did everything exactly the opposite Jared Leto did. Yeah, basically. That's the key.
I don't blame him.
That's the
That
key.
was the key.
From Nemo, our pop culture warrior out there, our correspondent in the sky, he says, did anyone catch the tattoo on Thor's back? 20 points if you can name what it was. There you go. Giving out. There's a point system now. Yeah, I know it.
Is it the stethoscope or the microscope? Remember, he got a microscope tattooed in What If?
That's right. That's right. It's not the microscope from What If. The what is it? Yeah, microscope.
It's a microscope.
Yeah. But good callback though. Good callback. Yeah, I think it looks great. I really do think it looks great. I'm excited. Like it's such a corny thing, but the one move when you see Jane like she throws out the hammer and it looks to like explode into pieces, which I think is awesome because it essentially becomes like hundreds of mini hammers that shrapnel.
It's like a cluster bomb.
Yeah, and then it can get pulled back together to form the hammer. Like that's so cool. Like that's a trick Thor could never do. He could never pull that one off. But yeah, no, it looks good. I'm excited to see the full vision kind of come to fruition.
Mhm.
It very much looks epic in scale. Because you've got the new gods, right? The new gods that are coming in with Zeus and them. You have, obviously Jane Foster back and her as Thor, and you have, the Asgardians on Earth storyline, and you have, he's gonna be with the Guardians of the Galaxy, for a bit, and like so you have all these plot points, and then obviously you have, Gore the God Butcher as the big villain. Like, there's just so much to see. And I'm very, very excited to see how they all pull it together. I'm trying to see if I can find it, but I had something. I had something that, and this goes back to, I had to check. This goes back to January. Excuse me, I got kind of cough today. January 7th. I have a picture. See if I can pull it up real quickly. Where are you? Here it is. So a buddy of mine, I shouldn't say a buddy of mine, a guy that I follow, he is notorious for getting some scoops, and he scooped that, and this goes all the way back in January. I have a leaked image of what, Thor's new armor is going to look like. And this is even before Jane had appeared in any really promotional stuff. So I'm going to share this image. Here we go. if I slide over. And so I never actually put it out there because I was like, this might be real. This might not be. And it was a little too outlandish for me to really believe that this was legit. And now looking at it, it's basically exactly what his like souped up armor is going to look like, as well as what Jane is going to look like. I don't know where they got this. They just called it leaked promotional art, which obviously you can see a little bit of Miss Marvel there. You can see Shang-Chi. And I was like, man, the gold is it's a bit gaudy, but now that I've seen it in the trailer, I'm like, oh, okay, it's very 80s cartoon, like, or 80s comic book. Remember in the 80s, everything was like really big buckles, very broad shoulders, very like bright colors. So it is very reminiscent of that. And I'm interested to see what it kind of, how it pulls together. Because I know in the story, he's going to have a couple different outfits. He's going to have his Ravager outfit. He's going to have his traditional outfit. He's going to have like that snow kind of outfit. And then this kind of golden ultra armor, whatever you want to call it, is his final form with the really big winged helmet. So anyway.
I like it.
That's that.
Part of me really thinks that's like, especially with Thor and his big and his strongest Avenger and all, you know what I mean? How he is. I really kind of feel like he that fits him. You know what I mean? Like when we look at like Cap as his, especially like in Civil War, how like dark and, you know what I mean? He was so subdued.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff, and then Thor is just this big bright character. You almost need that kind of outfit to just.
It reflects his new kind of personality. Very, very poppy. Great, Keith, man, great comment. He says, did you see the tattoo on Thor's back? My wife, I wasn't looking at Daddy's back in that scene. 20 points to Gryffindor. Good. That was good.
Also, too, they should call it Thor Love and Thunder from Down Under. As if they're gonna get that too crazy.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna leave that one. That was cheesy. I'm just gonna leave that one.
Dad joke. I'm dad joking it up.
Leave that one alone.
How about it?
Anyway, another trailer for you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which trailer is this one?
This one is the upcoming Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Yeah, that sounds dumb.
Just watch.
Sounds dumb.
Your days of fighting for the so-called greater good are over. This is our chance to control the truth, the concepts of right and wrong for everyone for centuries to come. You're fighting to save an ideal that doesn't exist. Never did. You need to pick a side.
All right. Thoughts, Mr. Radar? Oh, come on.
Whatever.
Come
Whatever, dude.
on.
It's like Fast and the Furious, dude.
Oh, no way.
Dude, I'm out of it. I'm out. I'd say make it good, but they're not even going to do that. It's just going to be a bunch of random shit thrown together. And you know what? The second scene in where they show a 1960s Fiat 500. Though, you know why they're called the 500? They have a 500cc engine. They go like 13 miles an hour downhill. Okay, and he's in a car chasing one. Not happening, dude. The whole thing is just preposterous and ridiculous, and I'm just like, it's like Mission Impossible has turned into Fast and the Furious. If Vin Diesel showed up, like it's all about the family, and him and Tom Cruise got into a fight, and their families were all fighting or some shit, that'd be better.
What
Maybe
if
Tom Cruise can jump out of the space shuttle and then land on a 747, and I don't know, Danny DeVito could be there.
Then he drifts it. He drifts it in air.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Throws that bitch in reverse. Drives that 747 backwards. Pulls a 180,
exactly.
180 tail
Yep,
spin.
he flies like 747 underneath the semi to steal car stereos for some reason and VCRs. Flips the nitrous switch in like an F-18 or something and chases a stealth fighter. It's
yeah. Listen,
dude, you know what I mean? Like that's just the way I feel about Mission Impossible. Like I'll watch it. You know what? I'll watch it when it comes out on HBO Max or whatever it's going to be on.
You're getting a lot of agreement in the chats, man.
I mean,
you're getting a lot of agreement,
dude. I just can't anymore. Thor, Mission Impossible. Guess where my loyalties lie.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
while the thread of the Mission Impossible series, much like the fantastic Fast and Furious franchise,
it's getting ridiculous.
I think we've lost the thread. No one can tell me. No one can tell me like the plot. It's like the thing happened and something happened and then they do the thing. But where I will give Mission Impossible the edge over the Fast and Furious franchise, lot more plausible in that, like, you're not going to jump one vehicle from one building to another. You know, a lot of the stuff he's doing, clinging to the outside of a plane or climbing up a building, while ridiculous, is feasible, at least. I mean, obviously they have like the whole face change technology and voice change technology, so they get crazy with it anyway. But just for the pure satisfaction of like, what crazy thing will he do next? I'm in it. The scene where he's driving that motorcycle off a cliff, he did that. He legit did it.
You can usually do that once.
You can for sure do it once. The trick is doing it multiple times. For sure do it once. The trick is doing it multiple times.
Well, I mean, okay, but genuinely, like I talk shit, but I just who put that in there? Heath. They should have stopped at part 1. Absolutely. The first one was fine. The first one, it was a fine movie. And some of the, you go in there knowing it's going to be full of bullshit, right? You go in there perfectly well knowing that it's not going to be, it's a movie. And it's a far-fetched movie.
Yeah.
But it's just, God,
Can you call it Mission Impossible after the first one when he's completed the mission?
No.
Right? I mean, at that point,
it should be Mission Complete. Mission Completed 10 or whatever the fuck it's on now.
Another impossible mission, versus, I don't know.
It's just, and I don't know. And this is where Marvel, I think, really filled a niche for people is because we were kind of stagnant at like 2008-ish, 9-ish, 10-ish. It was just the same fucking shit movies coming out over and over and over again. And I think that's where kind of Iron Man and the Avengers, and that's where and that's why they're popular, because they're still different, right? Yeah. We look at Thor right now. Thor: Love and Thunder coming out is so much different than the other Thor movies. right?
Mhm.
Right. I
I mean,
mean, Greg
more
Narok
of the
kind of sucked.
same, more of the same.
More of
and,
that, but it's along the same lines,
Yeah.
but it's not just a rehash of the same movie with different cars, basically.
yeah, they don't. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I think that this is where an actor like Tom Cruise is starting to show his length of teeth. He's getting long in the tooth and keeps producing the same kind of things that worked great for him for 30 years.
But here's the thing: if it makes $1 bajillion, why? Like, I
Why does
guarantee
it?
you,
Why does it? That's the question. Why does it make $1 million?
because people
Or bajillion
enjoy.
dollars.
People
Who
enjoy
enjoys it?
the
Who is out there enjoying this?
easily
People
digestible
go.
content.
No,
It's
not.
it's
Yeah,
easily
easily digestible. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like oatmeal. It's like the oatmeal of the fucking cinema.
Yeah, it is. It is
And
the
people go and
tapioca
digest
pudding
it.
of cinema.
Yeah.
It's explosions. It's gunfire. It's just all of it. All of it. Mike Larson says you wouldn't have a 4'2" special super secret agent. I can guarantee that. I mean, you don't know.
Yep. Keith knocked the ball
He
out of the park.
blends in.
It makes $1 billion because of the Asian markets. I agree. 100%. They eat that shit up. They think that we love it as Americans and they want to be Americans, so they're fucking taking care of it. And I really, yeah, it's like they want, if they could buy a pair of Levi's and go to Mission Impossible film, they'd fucking love it.
I do like his
and
other
they
comment.
come to
though.
America, nobody's wearing Levi's and nobody goes to Mission Impossible movies.
But supporting my thesis, Keith also says Mission Impossible stays within that Mythbusters plausibility confirmed realm where Fast and Furious just goes completely off the rails. WTF?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I mean, I'd rather watch Snakes on the Plane or Sharknado. Isn't there a new Sharknado movie coming out?
Wow.
Yeah, see, Germany has Hasselhoff, let Asia have Tommy Boy. I'm not saying like I agree with that. I agree with Keith's statement that it makes $1 bajillion because of the Asian markets, which is fine. Why not just release it there? I mean, I'm curious. I mean, I'm sure they're gonna make some money releasing in the States.
I would say so.
But
quite a bit.
Do you think that it's going to have a great impact if it comes out in theaters in the US? I just don't see it. I mean, the only thing they have going for them right now is just the lack of content. There really is kind of things are picking up since pandemic numbers, but still they don't have.
You're discounting the fact that Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Mission Impossible.
I didn't even know that's
whatever
you're making up words.
Redundancy 12. There's been 4 Mission Impossibles before the pandemic that have all been commercial success. And that's before the pandemic, before the lack of content. That's why they keep making more of them. This movie was supposed to come out 2 years ago, but because of the pandemic, it got shelved. So people are watching it. It's making a boatload of money. And I think this one will too. I think Top Gun Maverick's going to make a ton of money. You know, early reviews say it's a good movie. It's worth a watch.
I think I'd rather see Top Gun. But you know what? The more and more I've seen of it, I'm kind of, when it first was announced, dude, I was like, I had a little chub, and I was all,
oh man, I remember.
I was super excited
the first
about
teaser.
it.
You blew a load.
I did. I had to go change my drawers, but now I'm kind of like.
But what has soured it? Has it been the extended wait? Is it the extended wait that you lost?
Part of it really has been. Think of it this way. I'm going to put this in, and this is radar brain, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Say you go on a date with a hot girl, right? She's hot, gorgeous, stunning.
Sure.
Right? You go on date after date after date with this girl, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm tracking.
Doesn't put out. Just, and after a while, you're like, we're not dating. We're just buddies who eat dinner together. And that's how I
buying
feel.
Your dinners.
I'm just buying you dinners. Like, that's how I feel about Top Gun Maverick. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
I was so excited about starting this adventure with Top Gun Maverick, and now we're just at this stale point where I could take it or leave it.
But you're on the precipice. She's telling you this is the night. This is the night it's happening. You're finally
Yeah,
you're
but she
there.
keeps changing the night. And not just changing the night, dude, changing the year. It
But
has been
we're there.
years. I've been getting blue-balled for years by Top Gun Maverick.
But we're here. We're finally here.
We're finally here. Meanwhile, I'm
This week.
cheating on Maverick with Doctor Strange and everyone else.
You're getting a little strange on the side.
I'm getting a little strange on the side.
Yes. Nailed it. Anyway.
But even in that Mission Impossible, but that's like sometime in 2023. Oh, okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for being vague as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
one thing I will say, I don't like the part 1 aspect of it.
because
they're gonna have a part
2, and it's gonna be just as shitty as part 1.
Is that why? Yeah.
Yes.
Either remember, can you remember way back when they first announced Avengers Infinity War, it was Avengers Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2.
Yes.
And then a little bit later, they say, oh, no, we're changing it. It's going to be Avengers Endgame is the second one.
Yes.
I never liked Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. And it's exactly why they changed it, because it implies you're only getting half a movie. Even though shit could be 3 hours long. Part 1 could be 3 hours long. But it's that we're telling a story over 2 movies.
Yeah.
Instead of like, hey, let's button the story. You can continue it. You can totally continue. They've done it before in Mission Impossible movies, in Fast and Furious movies, all these movies, where you pick up right where that last scene left off, but it doesn't have to be part 2. It's a different story. It's a different movie. It's a different story. So
I agree.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan. Even going back like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2, because the story was so massive, we have to tell it over 2 parts. That's a little different because they're coming straight out of the book material, and to make the second movie a totally different name when it's from the same book, I get it. That, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I still not a fan of it.
I don't know.
Still not a fan.
I don't know, dude. I'm just sick of it. Why are we still talking about this?
I don't know. Anyway,
Done with this.
moving on. So, since you brought it up, let's talk about Fast and Furious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fucking.
Since you were, but you remember we talked about the director walked out. The director walked out.
Do you fucking blame him? What is there to direct?
But here's the thing: you gotta wonder. This guy has I think he directed like 3 or 4 of them at this point. And
Did he even gotta fucking show up anymore? Just be like, just run into shit.
But think of it, knowing this is the last one, right? They've said it. This is it. This is the last one.
They've said that since Paul Walker died.
No.
Yes, they were gonna do the one for fucking do one for Polly for family, and then they just keep fucking tossing them out there. Someone's gonna be like, fucking Vin Diesel's like, dude, I need a new hatchback or some shit. He can't even drive fast cars anymore. Just be like, man, I need a new Nissan.
Anyway,
let's drop another movie.
Anyway, so the fact that he's done a bunch of them already.
Yes.
The fact that this is going to be the last one, as it's proclaimed to be. I mean, you got to imagine something pretty insane happened for him to walk out on that and walk out on a lucrative contract and all that. God says this is the last Fast and Furious because of gas prices.
Fucking heard it. Next one's gonna be on e-bikes.
That's a good one, cuz. Y'all getting funny. The audience is getting funnier and funnier every week, I swear. So here's I did a little digging, and while we won't know the cause of the whole split and why he walked out, I did find something fascinating. That in the days, leading his departure, the company has to keep production going. But without a director, it's a little, chicken without the head cut off. But
I mean, not for a Fast and the Furious movie.
I mean, the director's the person that's directing. He's telling.
Yeah, but just make some explosions. I'll be back later. Make some booms. I'll be back.
Point is
that I directed a Fast and Furious movie. Boom, 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 boom. Done.
The production company.
Fire radar.
Radar's available. The production company was to keep everybody there, to keep it going while still searching for a new director, we're spending about $1 million per day.
With film explosions.
Without filming anything. They're spending about $1 million a day. Long story short, because I know you're having such a good time talking about this.
You could tell.
Louis Leterrier is the new director that's supposedly stepping in to replace him. This is the guy he was the director behind The Incredible Hulk, the Edward Norton one. He was also the director of the first 2 Transporter films with Jason Statham. He is filling in for Justin Lin. And he apparently beat out numerous candidates. This is the one that's funny to me. Beat out numerous candidates for the job per sources, but was actually Universal's first choice to be the director coming in. So, I mean, he has a lot of background in action movies. He did Jet Li's Unleashed. He did Jason Statham's Transporter. He did The Incredible Hulk. He did 2010's Clash of the Titans and the 2013 Magical Mayhem Now You See Me with Jesse Eisenberg. So, I mean, the guy's got a pedigree. I'm curious to see how this all shakes loose. Movies that change directors in the midst of production don't typically fare well. So yeah, we'll see. So I didn't want you to be worried.
So what you're saying
I want you to
is
be rest assured that
because they changed directors, it's going to be a garbage movie.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it'll be status quo.
I thought there was lots of things that were going to make it a garbage movie, but apparently it's just the one.
I mean,
weird.
Mike says just hire the 5-year-old that wrote it to direct it.
No shit.
And then Dom, he gets in the spaceship and he crashes. He goes, and then the other car goes. I want to see that in the movie.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on. Can we make this franchise disappear?
Let's stay here. Why move?
Moving on.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
Speaking of more beloved franchises, do you remember when we talked about Zack Snyder's Justice League and how it won an Oscar for fan favorite award? Do you remember that?
Oh, yes. Yep, because fans are idiots.
And we could not, for the life of us, figure out how the Flash scene, while I'll give it, was a very nice scene, how that won fan favorite over, I mean, some of the other nominations of like Endgame and No Way Home. Like, we couldn't understand how.
Yes.
Well, it looks as if one of the ceremony's most contentious moments is now being called into question. A new report from The Wrap alleges that the Oscars' inaugural fan favorite and cheer moment award, which was awarded to Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead got the cheer moment, which is whatever. It looks like it may have fallen victim to rigged voting. Both awards, which were given out during the before ceremony, were chosen via a Twitter poll conducted by the Academy prior to the event, and The Wrap is reporting claims that the polls were rigged by automated online bot accounts that wholly voted for Snyder's films. And then you can say, well, that's up to, hearsay and whatnot. But here's what it says. The report cites 2 findings from the hashtag analytics tracking tool, which determined that the most active contributors to both polls were autonomous web programs which seemingly cast thousands of fake votes for Army of the Dead and Justice League. This seemingly resulted in some surprising trends, such as a single-day spike on February 27th, where over 25,000 votes were cast, as opposed to nearly every other day staying somewhere between 4 and 12,000. So you're talking 3 times more votes magically on one day. for those. David Kitch, a University of Maryland professor who is cited in the article, also argues that the activities of the accounts voting for Snyder certainly do look like they were not generated by a human user. So, according to the last part, according to an insider quoted in the report, the polls, which were conducted by the tabulation firm Telescope, were limited to 20 votes per Twitter handle and did not allow accounts that were less than 24 hours old to vote. The final vote for the fan favorite award also included a public poll conducted on the Oscars website, which also showed Army of the Dead as the winner. So, I mean, we already know how ravenous those Snyder fans are. I mean, that's how they got this Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, just from all the crazy, whatever. Who knows? Point is, Russian hackers. They know how to get to us, man. They know how to get to us.
They can't build a tank that keeps a turret on it, but they can sure fuck up an American election.
They can't keep a boat afloat, but they sure know how to. Anyway, so yeah, so call it what you will.
I will fucked up.
It's partly for me. It's a little vindication of like, okay, that makes sense, because I don't know if you remember, I was dumbfounded. I could not fathom, forget being Marvel fanboy or DC fanboy, whatever. Arguably, like, you put these scenes together, they don't weigh the same. They don't. I don't. Do you remember seeing like the online like people at Endgame and just freaking cheering? Cap picks up the hammer, the portal's open. Dude, I'm getting goosebumps. Actual goosebumps.
Well, that's 'cause you're weird.
Thinking about that scene.
Yes.
And anybody hear Justice League screening here? Woo! When the Flash went running fast, it doesn't make sense. It does, like, literally the cheer moment. Being in the theaters in Endgame and having it explode with people just freaking out. I've never seen that in my life. And for that, yeah. Anyway.
No, I'm agreeing with you. What do you want me to say? Like,
nah.
Duh.
It's just
fucking duh. I believe I said something to the effect it's got to be rigged. From the
yeah,
very beginning.
probably.
There's no way.
Probably. You probably did.
Like, yeah, because and they did that at the beginning of they showed some of those moments at the beginning of Doctor Strange. Remember? Did they do that at your theater?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, it shows Cap get Mjolnir, and the whole fucking place is. And even people that were in the theater with me, and in the little fucking small town of Buffalo, Wyoming, those people are cheering again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, of course.
A year out from that event, and it still blows my mind. Every once in a while, I go back and watch Endgame, just cause. It's that good a movie.
It is. It's that good.
That good a movie.
I agree.
So, okay. So what comes next? I say we take a short break. Don't need a long one because I'm not getting a short break. Minute or two.
That's true. We're not getting anything. Yeah.
We're not getting anything organized. Take a minute or two break. We're going to jump straight to the interview with the amazing Aleks Paunovic. That'll go about 40 minutes. It's a great interview. Really watch it. We talk about some really good stuff. And then, and after that, we'll close out the show with a little bit of who eats this stuff? Like, who? Wait, why? Just why? WTF? Why? Sound good? Sound like a plan?
That's great. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Thank you all for being here, tuning in, hanging out with us. We'll be in the chats. I'll be in the chats. If you have questions, I'll be in the chats. But just because I like to be honest with you guys, it's going to look live. That's the magic of this thing. It's going to look live. It's not. So, while I always say, if you guys have any questions, throw them in the chats. Just know they're going to go unanswered this week because it is pre-recorded. That being said, I did invite him back, and he said he would love to come back another time so we could really, really dive into. Because the guy's got a back catalog a mile long. He's got like 140 acting credits. I mean, the guy is incredible for what he's doing. And we only touched on a couple things. So we're definitely gonna have him back, and he seemed to have a good time. We'll talk about it on the other side. You tell me, Radar, what you think of the interview and of Aleks after the fact. So, all right, guys, hang in tight. Give me about a minute or two to cue it up, and then we'll jump into the interview, and then more show right after that. So say goodbye, Radar.
Bye, Radar. I'll see you.
Shots.
You're listening to the sounds of WTF Nation Radio.
Hey, you there? Yeah, it is right, you. Let me ask you something, right? Where the hell do you think that you're going? Oh, would you think because the show's going to commercial that means you get to just walk away? Well, CQ asked me to pass on the little message, alright? And it says, I'll be back.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Pop Culture Warrior. I am CQ. I'm your host, as always. And boy, howdy, do we got a killer guest for you tonight. My guest tonight hails from Winnipeg, Manitoba. He has just about done it all, from championship boxer, heavy metal band member, stuntman, and now actor extraordinaire. He's best known for playing those tough and gruff characters and the villains you just love to hate. Most recently, he appeared as Ivan, one of the mafia henchmen on the hit Disney Plus MCU series Hawkeye. You can soon catch him opposite Sir Anthony Hopkins on the upcoming sci-fi thriller Zero Contact, which was produced in 17 different countries entirely virtually during the 2020 pandemic. You can catch Zero Contact in theaters, on digital, and on demand May 27th, 2022. Everyone, please give an absolute warm welcome to our guest tonight, actor Aleks Paunovic, everybody. Let's go. Welcome to the show, Aleks Paunovic, everybody.
Yay! Thanks for having me, brother.
Oh, man. I'm good, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. We had so much to discuss and not a lot of time, so I want to make this worth it. So, real quick, because like I mentioned in the intro, I mean, I know you were in boxing. It's kind of in your blood. I know you were the heavy metal band and all these things. How'd you make your way into acting?
Man, it's basically been my life. I stumble upon things. I'm a big fan of saying yes to a lot of things. I just say yes, and then I'll discover if I like it or not, and that'll inform me for next time, or I'll learn. I just love saying yes. And I was a part of I was playing metal in my band. And sure enough, we were playing the set, and then a casting director came and saw me and asked if I would audition for a film. This was when I was living in Winnipeg, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll give that a shot." And I went in, I got the role, and then and I was like, "This is really interesting." I became really great friends with the stunt coordinator there, Rick Skeen, and because Winnipeg is such a small community, he was like, "We don't have any big fighter 6'5" guys here. Like, would you want to learn this?" Again, I said yes. Yeah. So while I would be playing in my band till 2 a.m., they would have a night shoot, and I would drive over and be a part of this movie. But it was really weird dynamic because here I am playing in a metal band. I have all these screaming people loving what we're doing, and now I'm going to help just starting. So it's like, can you get this guy coffee? Don't look at the actor. Don't talk to the actor. Leave them alone. And I'm like, why can't I talk to him? That guy's super cool. And it's like, no, like it was literally that thing. So that's how I got my foot in. And then I realized that I really wanted to tell stories. I really wanted to try acting. So I took some classes in Winnipeg to see if it was something that I wanted to do. I fell in love with it. And then I moved to Vancouver, and I just started, because I was older. I started in my mid-30s really to doing this job. And, I'm sleeping. I didn't have a lot of money. I was sleeping on my friend's floor. And I just was doing a lot of classes, a lot of workshops in Los Angeles and New York. I just knew I had a lot of time to make up. And then I started to really kind of gain my ground working in my 40s. And here we are, like 52 and having an amazing time in my life of working in this industry that has been so amazing to me.
Yeah. And I mean, I looked through your resume, man, and it is incredible. Even as far back, I mean, because there's always this kernel of like sci-fi, because I saw Stargate SG-1, Andromeda, Battlestar Galactica, Eureka, another Battlestar Galactica, Stargate Atlantis, Caprica, Smallville, the 100, iZombie, Supernatural, like all these incredible franchises. And like, this is like sci-fi royalty, pop culture royalty that you got to really cut your teeth on, doing an episode here, episode there. I mean, what is it, something that those kind of projects kept drawing you in, of like, was it an opportunity thing? Was it like, I just like this genre thing? What was it for you?
It was an opportunity. I mean, whatever was being shot in Vancouver, your agents throw you on auditions for, and Vancouver is basically, Hollywood North and sci-fi heaven on this side. So, and I was pretty much, I'm kind of a sci-fi guy. So, but what's interesting, I was never a crazy sci-fi guy fan, which allowed me actually to go into these auditions with not really being starstruck or like, I can't wait to get on this show, which I think it helped me quite a bit. But yeah, it was just opportunities, and slugging away and just doing like guest stars and day player stuff here and there on these amazing shows. And then I think my big kind of break, I don't even know if I want to call it that, but a show called Van Helsing, which is a vampire show, and I got to be a lead of that for 5 years. And I'm because I did all these guest stars in these shows, I really got to learn, because I'm a very gregarious guy and I love to host, and I saw some shows where some of the leads weren't great hosts, and I saw some shows where they were amazing hosts. And what I saw between the two is that it allows the guest actor, like the guest to your home, to be free, to be better when you're welcoming. And that's just my nature. So when I saw that, I mean, perfect example is the guys from Supernatural are they know your name. They want to know how you're doing. They make small talk with you. Some shows, they just like, you just go in, do your job and get out. But I just feel like it allows for more creativity when you can just make people feel at ease. And so to be a part of Van Helsing for 5 years, and them writing me a fantastic arc from being a badass vampire into like a human that wants only good things to happen. And I got to really be a part of a show that allowed people to guest stars to come in and be free. And that was the gift to me. So I've just been lucky to be a part of so many amazing franchises here.
Yeah. I remember seeing you as far back as, I think, iZombie. I know you did 8 episodes of iZombie as Julian, and I just remember seeing you there, and like you struck such an imposing figure that you're like, man, who is this guy?
Right.
So it's working for you, man. You're doing great.
Thanks, man. I love doing that show. They were great on that show.
It seemed like a lot of fun. But you did C with Jason Momoa. You did the Van Helsing.
Mamba.
the Snowpiercer TV series, incredible. And then obviously, like I was saying in the intro, most recently we saw you in Hawkeye as Ivan, as a legit comic book character come to life, right? Pulled straight from the pages. What was that like for you? Because like you exist in like the DC Arrowverse universe, and now to exist like in the MCU, like What does that mean for someone like you?
I mean, I've always been a MCU fan. Like DC MCU, I would go to like to be a part of the MCU is such an honor because it's such an amazing franchise. So many fans, me being one of them. So to be cast as Ivan in the Tracksuit Mafia in Disney Plus's, Hawkeye is just it was amazing. We spent over 7 months in New York and Atlanta shooting it. It was 6 episodes, so it shows you how much work they put into 6 episodes. And it was just an amazing experience to be a part of the franchise. And it's because of the secrecy of Marvel, we didn't even get to see any scripts. That was a crazy bit. So we were being told, so we would get the sides on the day, and then we would be told, so this is what's happening beforehand, and this is what's happening after. So when the series came out, I had a watch party at my house. And when the series came out, I had a bunch of people over, and I was watching it for the first time like everyone else because I didn't know what was happening around it. So it was an amazing experience to be a part of it and then to watch it. They did such a great job with that show of putting it together. It's kind of like the new Die Hard for Christmas. I feel like every Christmas people are going to watch it. They just did an amazing, amazing job putting that series together. And it's an honor to be a part of it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to share the screen with Aleks Paunovic, who this was, for people that don't know, she played Echo. Like, this was her first thing ever. Like, ever doing everything. And for her to, like, come out the gate, just, I mean, swinging for the fences. What was that like for you as someone who's kind of been through the process and worked her way? Like, is there, did you want to like give her tips and help her out? Like, what was the relationship there?
It was so interesting because you gotta, like, I give her so much credit because she walked into a world where, there was so much going on. All of a sudden there's this camera in your face for a close up, and and she's never done any of this before. She's deaf, and so she's communicating through a translator, and so we have to communicate through the translator. What was great, there was a lot of us that wanted to pick up words just so we can have, like, just say hello and just let her know that we're trying to kind of be open. But she was the consummate professional. She was so great. She killed it in her scenes. I just love the fact that they saw the talent that they discovered and gave her own show. To me, it's just incredible. She was next level. She's a very special woman. Let's just say that. She's very special. I think she's going to do super well in the universe. I think she's going to do way more than just Marvel. She is just starting. It was an honor. It was an honor to work with her, and for what she had to deal with being a first time in front of the camera on that type of stage. Come on, man. Like, that was amazing. It was amazing to watch.
Yeah, I bet. And speaking of her getting her own show, could we see Ivan pop up? I mean, is this something that could happen maybe in the future? What is it? Can't tease?
I sign NDAs, my man. You can't pull this shit out of me. You cannot pull this shit out of me, man. You were close. You were close.
Just a friendly chat between guys. Nobody's watching this. Nobody's.
No
just
one's
us
watching
guys.
or listening.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So speaking of Ivan and kind of all the characters you've typically skewed towards, what makes you so good at playing bad?
Great question. I feel like it's because I don't think that they're bad. I feel like they would just go a little bit further than the next person to get what they want. I really love the idea of taking the bad guy out of playing a bad guy, and like, if you brother, sister, daughter, how far would you go to protect them? And when it's done under the light of cueing the music to be ominous and having these little moments, like, that's all there. But I like treating it as a human character that would go that much further than a good guy would go to get what needs to be done. So I love playing those roles because I'm not like that in real life. In real life, I'm very gregarious. I love having fun. And, even though I come from a boxing background, the last thing I want to do is get into a street fight. I'll talk my way out of anything, but I know I can protect myself and the people around me. But I don't like treating anybody poorly or mean or bad. so it's so much fun playing these type of roles where I can really let loose and kind of go that much further with characters that I play. So it just makes it more fun.
No, that makes perfect sense. And I'm curious, because of how you approach that, how do you then approach, let's say, hey, you're going to be the good guy, you're going to be the hero, you're going to be the whatever it is, the comic relief. How do you approach that differently than being the bad guy who's just, I'm the guy willing to go a little bit further?
I just think that we all have a piece of each character in us in some way. And so, just drawing from life experiences and drawing from moments. I'm a big fan. I'm a very physical actor and emotional actor. So I like to connect with moments in my life that were like, I remember laughing my head off with one of my friends, and I was playing a joke on another friend. And that's the character that's the moment that I would make into a character. And just like, a moment where that was traumatic for me, where I had to, I got very angry, or I went that much further, I would try to remember that moment and grab what it felt like to have that possible loss. And then I would bring that into a character. So I very much draw from life experience. So I just try to do the best I can to make it as honest and authentic as I can.
Okay, that makes sense. Now that you've had a career for a couple years now, and you've done some stuff, and you've done some bigger stuff, and MCU and Hawkeye. I'm curious, what's been like the craziest fan interaction you've had, whether it's on the street or at a convention or something like that?
Yeah, I have a great one. I had a dude. I was walking down this. I was walking down the street, and this big dude walked by me, and he just eyeballed me. He was just like, walked by me like, and then he walked by, and I was like, does that guy want to fight me? What's going on? Is this a scrap? And then I turned back, and he turns back. I went, I think this guy wants to fight me. I was with a friend of mine, and then the guy stopped, and then he started walking fast towards me. And I get into my boxing stance, just waiting. And he goes, I fucking love you in Van Helsing. And I was like, dude, you scared the shit out of me, man. What are you doing? Like, don't come, like, my God, you're a big dude to come at me like that. So that was one of the funniest moments that I had.
Nice. Hey, if you're 6'5" and this guy's, I mean, my God, he must have been a tree that came after you.
He was a huge dude, but the intent where it just hit him, he goes, oh my God, that's Van Helsing guy. And he came over to tell me, like, as a fan, I love you in Van Helsing. I was like, oh shit, dude.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So for everybody out there, if you're going to approach, and I'm sure these guys appreciate, showing some love, casually, not aggressively.
Smile at me, man. Smile at me.
Give the wink, the nod, something. Give us a cue.
Yeah. Give me a little something.
So let's talk about Zero Contact. Now,
yeah.
I'm going to read the synopsis here, because for those that maybe haven't heard of it or don't know about it, it's starring Academy Award winner Sir Anthony Hopkins. He's a high-tech the movie is a high-tech thriller, chillingly reimagining the isolated virtual world. Hopkins plays Finley Hart, the eccentric genius behind a global data mining program. Upon his death, 5 remote agents, including his son, are contacted by a mysterious AI. It reinactivates the initiative, which I don't want to read because some of this gives a little bit too much away, but sinister events occur. They need to decide what they're going to do because they could possibly save the world or end up destroying it. I watched it, and it's mind blowing. And just before this interview, I played the trailer for the audience. So if this is the first time, like if this is someone's first time seeing this and having to tease us a little bit, like what is this about that's going to draw us into this movie?
I just think the intrigue and the thriller of it and the mysteriousness of it. But what I really love about it, and a friend of mine told me when I had him over to watch the screener, he was like, if this movie happened before the pandemic, that it wouldn't get any attention whatsoever. But because for 2 years we've gone through this type of communication because of the pandemic, everybody has been in these seats before. So the idea that it could be you sitting in the seat being held, being handed a code, being a part of something that may be really insane, because it's like watching a horror movie where the person in the house is like, someone's in the house, and you're literally watching this movie going, what, that could easily happen to me because I'm watching this horror movie by myself. So I think it's relatable because the world has gone through so much of this, and then if you allow yourself that moment of going like, I could be in this movie, that's how interesting it is, because I've been on Zoom on so many calls before. But then you take that story of how it could be carried into this kind of thriller. I think that's where it really kind of gets interesting, where it doesn't happen to a lot of people, but you're already pulled in because you're starting the conversation on a Zoom like we've done for the last 2.5 years. So I love that aspect of it.
Yeah, it's so true. And I mean, really, we got to hit home on that. This was produced in 17 different countries, entirely virtually. I mean, like, you guys never shared a scene, never shared a room, never met in person. This was entirely shot on Zoom, which is, I mean, bonkers, really, to think about it. And that's, I'm assuming that's where the title Zero Contact comes from, because these guys never actually physically share the same space. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, we even said to each other, it's like this is the only movie that has ever been done without a handshake. Literally, no one touched each other. No, there was no handshake. And the other thing of everything that you just said, put on top of that we didn't even have scenes with each other. Like, we didn't even have scenes with each other as actors, because how it was set up. Like, if you picture a Zoom with like 8 people on it, it was director, producer, lighting design, DOP, set design. They were all there. The people that would be behind the monitors on a real shoot, they were all in the Zoom. So I had like, hey, can you move your lamp over to the right and change that shirt and like everything. And it's like, okay, do you have the sound good? Do you have the thing ready to record? And talking about the character. And then everyone would go on mute, and we would have one guy giving us the lines on the other end, who was an AD, and giving us the lines. And then that's where we would act. So like, I had a moment where I'm like, okay, you guys ready? Yeah, okay, Alex, hit record when you're ready. And I'm like, okay, record, do this scene. I'm in it. We're doing the whole thing. And then Rick yells cut, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hit stop. I was like, oh no, I didn't hit record. No. So it was like, I'm screwing up, and then like a good take has happened, and I'm like, I'm playing all the positions of not a normal movie. And but that's what made it exciting during the pandemic. You're literally sitting there. I'm learning stuff about my phone that I never even knew before, which was really cool. So it was just that in general, and being able to shoot. But listen, man, I didn't think this movie was going to go anywhere. Honestly, I literally, in my brain, Tony Hopkins wasn't in the movie at the very beginning. So it was literally Rick basically said, our film that we were supposed to shoot in Europe obviously isn't happening because of the pandemic, but we still have the team here. We want to be creative. We're thinking about doing like a Zoom type of movie. Do you want to be involved in it? I said, yeah, man, anything Rick wants to do, I'm a fan of, because we've been friends for a while, and it would be his directorial debut. I'm in. And so 10 days later, they wrote a script. No script in 10 days is good in 10 days. No script is good in 10 days. But Cam Cannon wrote an amazing script right off the bat. I was just so enthralled, and I love the character that they asked me to play. And so I said yes, but I honestly thought we would shoot this, and pandemic would be done in a couple months. This would be pushed off to the side, and we're back to doing real movies. That's what my brain was thinking. The last thing I would have thought is that Anthony Hopkins would come aboard. It would become a successful NFT project. Lionsgate would pick it up. We come out May 27th, VOD and select theaters. And now we're off to do the second and third movie of the franchise. So it's mind-boggling that we've gone this far, and it's a testament to Enderby Pictures and Rick, the producer director, who made this and drove this to the finish line, so we can have these amazing experiences again. But I'm just baffled at how cool it is.
Sometimes you take a gamble. You roll the dice, and you hit big, man. Like that's huge.
That's why I say yes to everything. I'll say yes to anything because I know either I'll learn from it or something amazing like this will happen.
I mean, obviously, you'll say yes to anything. You're sitting on my show right now, so
yeah. I said no, but they made me do it with.
Smart. That's smart. I'm curious. So you said like you're directing. I mean, obviously you're not directing yourself because they were on the Zoom call, but you're in the room by yourself. You're doing your camera. You're doing your makeup. You're doing your costume. Like, did you get paid more for this? Right? Because you're doing multiple jobs. You should have got paid more.
You would think, right? You would think, but we got paid pretty healthy when the sale happened. So. We were fine, but again, it's for the love of it. I mean, I got this question asked before. It was like, what do you give advice to aspiring actors? And I literally said, you have to love it. You just have to love it. The money and the fame mean nothing if you don't love it, because you're going to have so many failures. You're going to have so many things that you don't get, and you're going to get excited because you're like director's choice, but then the studio turns you down. But it's the ride. It's this amazing ride that you're on. So any ups are even if you're director's choice, that's a win. And then if you don't get it, it's just a learning experience, and then you can move on. But it's, you have to love what you're doing. All that other side shit can just go away, because if you start getting frustrated because you're not booking a ton, you just got to figure out a way how to change it and do things that make you happy. If it means, you know what, I haven't booked in a year, but I'm going to put a play together because I need to get on stage. I need to act, or I'm going to put a short film together. I need to do something, or I'm just going to go to an acting class. Like, you have to love it to be a part of it. So that's why I did this, because I absolutely love people and I love teams. I love coordinating and being a part of a team. Those are the things that drive me to do this. Even for, I mean, at first it was literally, we weren't getting paid because it was a pandemic. So we literally just did it for the love of it. Everything that came after it has been just bonus. So we've been very fortunate.
That's incredible. Now, and I'm curious about the process, because you touched on something about how you, even though you're doing this virtually, you weren't actually doing it virtually with the other actors. So how does that change? Because it's one thing to say, okay, we're going to mix it up because now you're going to act on Zoom. It's a whole nother thing to go, well, it's almost like the voice animation, like when you're doing voiceover and you're in a booth by yourself. Like, how did that change your process as an actor to be doing a scene to no one?
Well, I mean, again, I'll give it to Rick. Rick knew how the story should go, and so, you know, we would do the scenes a bunch of different ways. So again, the editors are the heroes. The editor, VFX heroes. Rick knowing what he wanted. So just being able to do it, basically take risks and just do the scenes so many different ways, but him allowing me to own the character of Trevor along with the dialogue and improvising here and there, it just gave me this freedom to know that on the other side it's going to be received, and either it's one take will work or the other take will work, but we knew we had stuff there. And so just the freedom that he gave us, it wasn't as hard as you might think, just because it was, I mean, there were some uncomfortable moments because the person that was reading the other person's lines would be a little late on cues or early on cues, because it's not his job. But it allowed us to kind of play a little bit more with like just having the camera on it's without dialogue. So I don't know, man. It was such an interesting experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was great. It was great.
Yeah, and for those, you know, obviously haven't seen it yet, but I would describe this as, it's very similar. It had a very similar feel to like those found footage movies, like Blair Witch, Cloverfield,
right,
those kind of things. Obviously, the difference here is that we're watching it in real time. It's happening now, and it's very voyeuristic in that way. Like I feel like I shouldn't be watching. This is very intimate between these people, and I shouldn't be watching
true.
This. I'm trying to think. What is it about that kind of lends itself to that horror and suspense? Because you wouldn't see this style in like a comedy, I don't think. What is it about that, do you think, that lends to horror and suspense?
I think it's the fly on the wall aspect. I mean, you know, when two people having a blast, you're not going to be the fly on the wall for that. It's always intrigue. It's always conflict. It's always people stick around for that kind of stuff, that being the fly on the wall. So when you're and there's something about it being uncomfortable that's voyeuristic in that way. But seeing two guys laugh their heads off in a room, who like you just know it's a good time. You don't really spy on that. You spy on stuff that you're not supposed to see. And I think that's what makes it really interesting.
Yeah, you want that drama, you want that juice, that good stuff.
Yeah, you want the juice. Yeah.
Something that threw me for a loop when I first watched the movie, especially today's movies, they make everything almost too digestible. Everything is explained to you and force fed to you and like exposition heavy. And I felt like this movie, they just throw you in. And it's like, you gotta like pay attention. You gotta catch up. There's real quick. It tells you, okay, tech billionaire guy, and he died, and boom, now here we are. And then the story happens. Is that something that you found unique to this experience, or is it something that you felt was lacking, or should have had, or was good, or where do you fall?
No, I loved how they just threw everyone in. You literally the movie starts and you're in it, and now it's almost like you're playing catch up a little bit. And the scenes that have gone by are still, as you're watching, they're still kind of resonating in the back of your head of going, okay, I see where I'm. Okay, now I'm here. Okay, I get it. Like, I love that aspect of playing catch up when the movie starts and not a lot of exposition. And that's where that intrigue and fly on the wall and looking at something you're not supposed to look at usually happens. Is you don't know any backstory. You once you open the door and peeked in and no one can see you, now you're a part of the ride and you're just hoping, why did she say that? Why did he say that? And now you're just trying to figure it out as it goes. So that to me, I think, was a really conscious choice by the filmmakers to make it that type of an experience, which I think they succeeded in.
Yeah, it's very real world. You meet someone for the first time. You don't know if they're a good guy, a bad guy, if they're in on it, if they're just as confused, if they're all these elements of the movie we're trying to figure out along with these characters, very much as if we had just tuned in to a live stream. It's the same thing.
Like this one.
Like this one, exactly. And you play Trevor in the movie, and you're kind of the techie guy. In a way, the movie, in my opinion, kind of flows through you because as the tech guy, you're getting the clues and you're putting it all together and these things. And I honestly, not just because you're on the show, I think you had the best role in the movie. It was comical, it was emotional, it was vulnerable, it was scary. Like, you really flexed it in this movie. So I just wanted to real quick. I mean, kudos, sir, kudos, because
thanks, brother.
I look at it and I go, man, if I were an actor, if I was going to be a role in this movie, who would I be? And I'm like, your character, hands down, seemed to be having the most fun and things to do in the role. So
I definitely did have a lot of fun, and I was so honored to play that character, for them to give me a chance at that character, and I had a blast with that guy, man. Yeah, so I appreciate that. But if I watched your show with Chris, the other lead, and you say the same thing to him, I'm coming for you, man.
Is this
your move? Is this your move?
Not at all. Not at all. I have all different. I'm going to tell him, I think you did great. It was okay. It was all, no, actually that was my next question, is that I have Chris coming on in a few weeks. And I was curious, what background information can you give me? You got a zinger? Any inside jokes I can throw his way?
Just what was it like sharing a tent with a big Yeti in Antarctica?
Okay, I'm going to use that.
I kept it. He'd like to say like that big 6'5" frame kept him warm at night. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was in the military. We used to share foxholes with the guys. You do what you got to do to survive, man.
I get it, man. I get it. But honestly, that was the first time I met him. Like, we shot a part of Antarctica. For the second film, we shot it in Antarctica, where no Hollywood scripted film has ever been shot, and that was the first time I met him on that trip. And we hit it off. We shared a tent, and we're lifers now, man. Like, I'm really fortunate to be a part of this film and a part of the team. And I just need people to go see it May 27th. It's gonna really kind of surprise you. And there's 2 more films coming right after.
Yeah, and I'm curious. like I know you can't say too much. How do I frame the question in a way that you could answer? How does it change going from shooting everything individually to then more traditionally all together?
I mean, obviously, it's going to change a lot, which I think is only makes it better, and it shows. I think it being a franchise and it's showing that we made that film on Zoom, basically the way you and I are talking right now, and then taking those characters to 12 different countries because it is a time travel movie. So we're going to be going to 12 to 13 different countries, and I think the audience, because of that virtual aspect and the voyeuristic aspect of the first movie, it kind of lends itself. I think the audience will have a connection to them outside of being in front of a computer. So I think it's really interesting in that way, where 2 and 3, you're going to see a totally different ride that these characters are going to go on.
Can you say, is it going to still give us the look of like that found foot? Like, is it through security cameras and all that, or is it going to be more traditional camera work?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be more traditional. The way we watch films now. I don't think it lends itself to what we want to do to found footage aspect of it. But I think it's great that the departure is a clean departure, and to pick up to where we're going to be in the second and the third one. And if people haven't seen the first one, they're going to want to go back and see the first one to see the rest of the story, which makes it really interesting.
Something tells me it's going to be pivotal to see the first one. I'm not going to spoil anything, but you're going to need to know some of that information to go into the second one.
That's absolutely,
without being completely lost. The way the room that you shot in, was it a hotel room? For my own personal edification, I need to know this. Was that a hotel room?
No, man, that was my house. I was 30 floors up. I have a 2-bedroom condo that I recently sold. So if they wanted footage from there, again, I can't do it because I don't have that place anymore. But it literally was 30 floors up, and I don't know if you can see it in the trailer. If you guys have watched the trailer, check out the trailer. There's one shot where you see outside of my apartment building, and it's a drone shot from the outside looking into my place. And what's a really funny story about that is because we're in lockdown and zero contact with anybody, I called a friend of mine who has a drone. I go, look, you don't even have to come up or anything. Just go down, and I'll flash my lights so you know what condo I'm in. 3 o'clock in the morning, because we didn't want any other lights on. So it was just my light on, so we knew exactly where to go, and we're not invading anyone else's privacy. 3 o'clock in the morning, he drove that drone up there, got that shot, and then he was like, okay, I think I got it, because we didn't have a permit. Nothing was open. We didn't have anything. So it was like, no permit. We just got to steal this shot because we couldn't get acceptance for anything. Everything was closed. So that shot was like literally calling up a buddy. Can you get a shot of a drone just looking in so it looks like somebody's watching me? We got it done. And that's what I mean about, teamwork and just getting other people involved and creating. I love that kind of thing.
Yeah, I really loved it. This guerrilla style. Hey, make it work. However, we got to make it work. I love the fact that really was your place, because I was like, it's gorgeous. The nicest hotel room I've ever seen. So sorry you had to give it up. It's so nice. That's totally incredible. I know we're running out of time here. Where can people follow you? Where can people show support? What do you have coming up that you want to promote? The floor is yours.
Awesome. Aleks Paun, Aleks Paun on Twitter and Instagram. Aleks Paunovic fans on Facebook. Season 4 of Snowpiercer is coming out. You guys are going to love it. It's absolutely, we've been shooting it for a while, and it's absolutely great. And I'm executive producing and starring in a NFT sci-fi show called Gen Zeros, which we just launched a couple days ago. Go to genzeros.com, put in your email, and you get to see some really cool things with some amazing cast. So those are the things that I'm working on right now, and it's been very exciting, and I cannot wait for you guys to see Zero Contact May 27th.
Yeah, or the awesome sequels that are coming. I'm excited for the sequels because I already saw the movie.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
Awesome. All right, with that, thank you so much for being on the show. Really appreciate it. Much love. Continued success, and we have to have you back on in the future so we can dive into it.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Your reputation precedes you. A lot of people were telling me that you got to do your show. People love you. I'm so thrilled to be on your show. So thanks for having me, brother.
Thank you so much, man. We're gonna dive into the full back catalog on the next one. But all right, guys, keep an eye out for Zero Contact in theaters on demand very soon, May 27th. And this has been Aleks Paunovic. Check him out, and we'll see you back soon, buddy. Take care.
See you, man. Take care.
Shocking news from the tech world today as eccentric billionaire Finley Hart has reportedly passed away.
Hey, Sam. I know I wasn't always the best father, but anyway, here's the deal. I'm going to need your help to stop a globe-killing disaster event. My death was something that had to happen. I always expected great things of this world. And those things are kept secret.
Welcome. Prior to his death, Mr. Finley Hart chose each of you to be a part of the reactivation plan.
You're talking about that machine, aren't you?
Yes.
Temporal displacement. It's time travel.
Sam, I've got to caution you. If your team doesn't discover the key to make the machine work, it will rupture and it'll be bye-bye to humanity.
We're missing someone.
Some lunatic is staring right into my window.
Where's he going?
And beware, there are people who will try to stop you.
Are you okay?
Swear you did not put that photo in the nursery, babe.
I've never seen the picture.
I have your wife.
What's happening?
Run, baby, run! Is there someplace in your house you can hide?
Is he gone?
What if we only sensed that we are bound together in this experiment called humanity, but the real connection is not there?
There we go.
There he is. There he is.
I did that whole. That was a really, really nice intro and everything, and me pushing buttons.
So good.
We were so good. Let's do this again.
99 shows.
99 shows, baby.
Put a good one.
99 shows and going strong. That was Aleks Paunovic.
Oh,
I am CQ. He is Radar. That was the trailer for Zero Contact. What did you think?
That was awesome, dude. That was amazing.
Aleks is awesome, man. He's such a good guy. For someone like he's been in so many things, and he's always this very larger than life, very
Right.
evil, gruff, tough
I
dude.
know. I wish he had a Russian accent. I feel bad.
You wish he had. I didn't. Fuck me. I just realized I didn't get him to go like CQ, bro. Like, oh, how did I miss that? Oh
You didn't call him
man,
bro once or nothing, dude.
damn it.
Ah, it sucks, dude.
Next time.
That sucks, bro. That sucks,
Next
bro.
time.
Next time you bro him.
I have to give him bro. I have to
You have to
properly
give him bro.
properly give him bro.
Properly blow him.
I have to bro him. I have
to bro him.
to bro him. Jesus Christ. Good catch. Good catch by Mike Larson in the comments. He goes, you didn't ask him the traditional opening question of what's your military connection? There are two reasons I didn't do that. A, we were very short on time, and I felt like there was so much I wanted to cover that was, well, I should say, first part is he doesn't have one. So I was talking to him before we recorded, and he didn't serve. He didn't have any family members that served. He said like he knew some guys that had served. Also, he's Canadian.
I knew a guy one time.
He's Canadian, so he already feels less connected to military service because the Canucks are a little less patriotic than we are. But also, he didn't have.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of them going around with maple leaf tattoos and shit.
Chugging their maple syrup. No, so he didn't. He didn't feel that he had an adequate enough story, and then B, just we were so limited on time that it just seemed like a waste of usable time that we could be talking about something else. But good catch, very good catch. What else? You saw the trailer. What'd you think?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I actually, when you were first describing it, I'm thinking to myself like that sounds kind of ridiculous.
It's weird.
But
it's weird.
It is weird. But you know what? Watching the trailer, I see it working. I like that. I like it. I'm interested in it.
Yeah. So I watched it. I watched the movie.
Is it going to be in theaters and on
select
stream
theaters?
service?
In select theaters.
What about streaming service?
It's going to be on video on demand, and it did say streaming. I haven't been given any word about where it'll be streaming.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's the perfect kind of movie to stream. Honestly,
it is. Yeah, it's great.
It'd be the perfect kind of movie stream. I streamed it. I streamed it here at home, and it like you do get this like very eerie. It's like sitting on a Zoom call that nobody knows you're on the call. Like that's the feeling you get watching this movie.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a very.
I almost want to watch it on my computer.
You know how like some movies you get like the 4D or like that would make it almost 4D of like because it's the whole idea is that these people are together on this virtual call and a lot of things are happening and you get it. Not to be mistaken, it's not like the whole 2 hours or whatever hour and a half it is. You're not on the Zoom call because you get like almost like satellite imagery. You get security camera footage. A couple times they use their phone, and so like this AI is able to jump around and like show you from their phone, show you from the security camera, show you from the laptop screen. So sometimes it's weird because it's like they're looking right at you because they're typing on their computer versus like you're looking at the whole screen. It's different. It's different. And finding out that they made this movie because the movie they wanted to make got shut down, and in 10 days they're like, let's just make a Zoom movie, and like they banged it out. And apparently, whether or not I enjoyed it, let's say, somebody, like, because remember, it hasn't come out yet. So we don't even know if it's going to be a success, let's just say. But apparently somebody believes in it because they've already greenlit 2 sequels. Mm-hmm. He's currently filming part 2, and they have part 3 slated right behind it.
Yeah.
There will be a change, like we talked about in the interview, that in the second and the third one, it won't be that because now, pandemic's over, they're actually going to be filming together and doing it more traditionally. But I'm curious.
Almost sounds I don't know. It depends on how it ends and all that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but it almost sounds like like when he had his buddy fly the drone up to his house.
Yeah.
That's just so. I love that. I remember how earlier when everything was going on, we're like,
Mm-hmm.
how is this going to change movies?
Yep.
How is this going to change our experience with cinema?
Mm-hmm.
I really think they nailed it.
They nailed it.
From what he just, I've never. You've seen the movie, I have not.
Mm-hmm.
But just hearing him describe it, it really intrigues me as to how. Because like when you said he's with Anthony Hopkins in it, Sir Anthony Hopkins,
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, I'm like, how. I want to ask him what's it like to work with an icon like that.
But he didn't.
And then he never even fucking saw him.
He never met the guy.
So how do you ask him that? How's it like to work with? I don't know. You've worked with him as much as I have. All right, tight. Never mind.
Actually, funny enough, I did talk to him a little bit about it, and he has worked with him on a different picture. So that's funny. He goes, I did actually have a little bit of experience with him, but not from this movie. But yeah, but now, you know, all the actors will get together, which will also have Chris, who's the other lead. He plays Anthony Hopkins' son in the movie. We'll have him on the show here soon as well. So look forward to that. And that's why I wanted a little inside, you know, try to give him a little zinger on the inside. But did you catch what he said about our show towards the end of the interview?
I did. Our reputation precedes us.
Right.
Well, your reputation precedes you. He didn't say shit about radar.
He's
He
like,
said
fuck that
thing about
radar guy.
He's like, who the fuck is a radar? That's just dumb.
He's like, why would you have a radar as a co-host? That doesn't make any sense. Just every few seconds, it's like, boo, boo, boo. That doesn't seem like a very good co-host. Yeah, no. Yeah, the fact that he said, you know, he heard good things and people were telling him he has to do it and like that he's gonna
He
have
was
a good
just being
time.
nice.
Part of me thinks that's true, but part of me also thinks he doesn't strike me as the guy that's just gonna, you know, blow smoke. Think about what he said, because he called me
He is
out.
Canadian.
But he called me out. Did he not? He goes,
Canadians are nice.
Did
They're
he
nice
not?
guys.
Did he not call me out when he said, "Do you say this to everybody, or are you just saying this to me?" And he even said, "I'm gonna watch when Chris is on the show to see if you say the same thing to him." So,
Yep.
I mean, if he was just being nice, there was no reason to try to put me on the spot like
You're
that.
right. You're right. No, I think it's amazing, and I do wonder where that came from. Because we've had some people that he's worked with or is working with as guests on our show.
Yeah.
And everyone that comes on here, and this is a behind the scenes for people who don't know.
Mhm.
We talked to the guests a little bit beforehand and afterwards.
Mhm.
Some stuff that the audiences normally see, and everyone when they come off is just like, dude, that was so awesome. Thank you. Like they're thanking him. They're thanking CQ for being so good at his research and being such a good host of the show. Like everyone is just they really do. They give him a lot of credit and where granted where it's due. He does a lot of work to prep for the guests and they appreciate that. It's not the same spoon-fed questions that people get and so they come on and they rave about him for the 5 minutes or so we're on break, and then they're like, well, Radar's back, I gotta go, bye, see ya.
Who's this
Who's
guy?
this crazy fool? I gotta go. And so it works out. I mean, but seriously, anybody that he's working with or has worked with has been on our show, and there's a cadre now.
Yeah.
99 episodes in, there's a group of people who have been impressed with
They're,
your ability as an interviewer.
The select
So,
few, the proud,
Yeah.
the few, the proud, the guest of
there's
Pop
a
Culture
reason
Warrior.
we're nominated for awards.
It's true. 2-time, back-to-back nominated. Mike.
And after we come back from break, still muted, also reasons we don't win awards.
It's that little bit. It's that little bit.
Extra.
If we could just
Mhm.
clean that up, we could win. Mike had a great point in the Pop Culture Warrior chat. He says, so is it going to be like Mission Impossible, where the title doesn't apply after the first film, unless part 2 is called Some Contact and part 3 is called Full Contact?
Well, I like it.
That's
Partial
funny.
Contact.
That's funny.
Illegal contact.
Right? Where contact being the key word, and then you could just, contact supreme.
Contact solution.
Contact solution.
That could be the last
so
one.
stupid.
It ends in salt water.
That's- the answer to solve the problem. Just squirt some water on it. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, because the whole point of the title, I'll be honest, it has nothing to do with the movie. Nothing whatsoever to do with the movie. It is just the fact that these people have had zero contact with each other. Now, obviously, in the movie, those people have zero contact with each other. So I guess you could say it's kind of part of the movie, but it's not like the secret government organization's called Zero Contact. You know what I mean? Not like Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol when they were trying to fight over the Ghost Protocol, you know, or 007 Spectre.
You're making up words again.
The 007 Quantum of Solace when that was like the name of the group or whatever.
What does that even mean? Made up words.
Heath, yes. Once again, I will applaud your attendance, sir. You have a perfect record. You are 99 episodes strong. Remind everybody your dominance, your Guinness Book of World Record for most viewed episodes of Pop Culture Warrior. There you go. Corporal Nobody's giving you your award, Keith. There you go. That's funny. But okay. So yeah, so we will have Chris, who's another star of that Zero Contact and other stuff. He's the Vampire Diaries and a bunch of other things. We'll have him here in a couple weeks. What else? Oh. Do you, how are you feeling? Do you think we should do a little bit of who really buys this stuff? Who eats
Are they
this?
fucking gross? Are they just gonna make me want to throw up?
Some of them, possibly. What video I need to set the record? Wait, is it Joe? Joe says, I was watching the New York Rangers game, going to check the replay of the interview. Tell me what video I need to set the record for views on. All right. Okay. I'm gonna switch us over to WTF, because like seriously, bro, WTF. I'm gonna ease this in. You ready?
You're gonna spit on the tip first, are you, or what? I'm gonna spit on the tip and ease us in.
I'm gonna ease it in, guys. All right.
Swab your poop dick and prepare to be boarded.
Which remind me, I need to make a graphic for this. We need to decide, guys. If you're watching, what should I call this segment? Should it be like who eats this? Would you eat it? Why bother? Like whatever. We need a name for this segment because I do enjoy it. And then because I need to make a graphic for the segment. But for now, we'll call it Who Eats This? So first up, we're gonna ease us in. We got this. All right. This is hard Mountain Dew. Because I know you like it hard. Mountain Dew fans can finally get hard in a couple of markets now. So the first people that were in on it was Tennessee, Florida, and Iowa. Now I think it's a little more nationally available. But basically, PepsiCo, which owns Mountain Dew, and Boston Beer Company announced their partnership. And yes, as you can guess, for the drinking age adult, hard Mountain Dew is 5% alcohol by volume and still has that iconic Mike says that shit's targeted solely at Alabama. Oh boy. Yeah. There's 3 distinct flavors that were announced and revealed. The original, the black cherry, and the watermelon. So yeah.
Is there not Baja Blast in the corner?
There, you're right. There was a 4th added, and it was Baja Blast. Yes.
Okay, because
yeah. Boston Beer Company.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
They cut out the middleman. Just grab some Mountain Dew of your favorite choice, and then mix it with like some rum, or have like I used to do that quite often. I would have rum and Diet Mountain Dew. Just do that.
So now you can lose your teeth by drinking instead of just smoking meth. Nice one, Mike.
Well, yeah, you can lose your teeth by regular Mountain Dew anyway.
Yeah, sure enough. And it says here.
Yeah, he's right. I try the Baja Blast too. I like Baja Blast. I drink Diet.
Each of them contains 0 sugar. So
good for them.
I mean, take that for what you will. The Boston Beer Company CEO Dave Berwick explained, "We know that adult drinkers' tastes are evolving, and they're looking for new and exciting,
evolving,
flavorful beverages.
Evolving.
The combination of our experience in brewing and developing the best tasting hard seltzers and hard teas, and now Mountain Dew, a one-of-a-kind, multi-billion-dollar brand, will deliver the excitement and refreshment that drinkers know and love." There you go.
Ironic that Mountain Dew was made to cut moonshine. Now hipsters want hard Mountain Dew.
There you go. That's ironic. So, okay. Again, we have a few people said they try it, which everybody play at home. When we announce these, let us know. Would you try it or would you not?
I would probably, if I was at the lake and somebody had those in the cooler and said, "Hey, do you want one?" I'd probably try it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Wouldn't go out and buy it, but wouldn't not try it.
I would probably try it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, as like Corporal Carter said, meh. I mean, I've had worse things in my mouth.
The name of this segment isn't, "Here's all the things that we'd all love to try." Okay. This is.
But I mean, it doesn't sound particularly gross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like deviled egg,
right?
Flavored Mountain Dew.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I know.
Right.
I know.
Next up. Another staple, Coca-Cola, and this is Coca-Cola coffee. And it says, if soda's just not getting it done for you, Coca-Cola thinks it has the right answer. Beginning today, and this is a couple weeks ago, the Atlanta-based beverage maker has officially started to roll out Coca-Cola with coffee, a coffee-infused product first announced last summer. And they say that it sips like a Coke and finishes like a coffee. That's a don't say that. That's not a thing to say.
I don't know if that sounds good at all.
It snorts like Coke and no, anyway.
Put the Coke back in the Coke. If you want to jazz it up a little bit, sprinkle some cocaine in there.
The beverage will be available in both a regular and zero sugar option, resulting in 5 total flavors in the line. Regular drink comes in dark blend, vanilla, caramel, while Coca-Cola with coffee zero sugar comes in dark blend and vanilla. Yeah. So I don't know. Heath says love the Coca-Cola coffee. Okay. Joe says I don't drink, so until Mountain Dew vape becomes available, I'm out. Okay. All right. So Heath, all right, he's on board. I like coffee and I like Coke. I do. I don't know. Mike is just knocking it out of the park tonight. Are they just touring crack houses and asking for ideas on products now? Oh,
like
man.
Joe said, Crystal Pepsi sounds better, more appealing than Coke coffee.
Yeah. So here's something interesting.
Right. I drink like black coffee with 2 sugars, man, and that's like, that's as bougie I get.
So here, listen to this. This is interesting. According to data from Coke, over half of all soda drinkers drink both the fizzy drink and coffee.
Yes, but not together.
Let me finish.
Okay.
He says, many people are often torn between reaching for a soft drink or a coffee at 3 p.m., right? Because they're like, is it too late for a coffee? Too early for a soda, I guess? And he says, while other categories, including energy drinks, have ventured into zero sugar territory, our, Coca-Cola coffee hasn't, because many offerings are dairy based. Oh, he's saying we haven't done anything like that because they're usually dairy based. So now we see this as a major white space opportunity. It's a strange way to put it, but he's just saying there's an untapped.
He meant to say white girl opportunity. That's
it's
what
an untapped market in the idea that it's a dairy free coffee energy boosting substitute.
It just sounds ridiculous.
Apparently it's been available internationally for a while, but it's only recently come to the States.
Yeah, they also have ketchup flavored chips.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. Okay. So we're
That's a negative. That's a negative for radar. Moving on.
Some pass. Some Heath swears by it. He says it's great.
He swears by it.
All right.
I don't know, dude. I would never buy it.
Okay. All right. Keeping on the Coca-Cola trend, this one again, relatively benign. This came out a couple weeks ago. It was the Coca-Cola Starlight. Have you seen it? Have you seen it in stores? It's been available. I got one. I tried one. And I tried it.
How was it?
I tried it in both regular and zero sugar. But let me, before I tell you how I felt about it, here's what they're saying. The company said the new beverage is inspired by space. So it says the product description says,
I want you to see how much bullshit I see on my face right now.
The product description says the drink contains notes reminiscent of stargazing around a campfire, as well as a cooling sensation that evokes the feeling of a cold journey to space. How do you... What? What? If I told you, you know how stargazing tastes, or how it tastes to take a cool space journey? That's what it tastes like. Who comes up with this shit? Who comes up with this? Anyway.
Marketing professionals.
Is it 35 years ago, Coca-Cola partnered with NASA to become one of the first soft drinks to travel to space. That same passion for space still exists today. With Coca-Cola Starlight, we wanted to celebrate the remarkable ability of space exploration and inspire generations to discover new worlds of infinite possibilities.
Yeah, pop rocks.
What the fuck? What does that have to do with anything? Anyway.
Sounds dumb as shit. Is it any good?
I didn't really care for it.
Because you don't like the taste of space?
Apparently, I don't like being reminiscent of stargazing around a campfire. Apparently, I don't like camping. Apparently,
I love camping. I just don't like to have stardust in my face.
So silly. It wasn't
unless it's
terrible.
a stripper named Stardust that I might be.
It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't something where I'm like, I'm excited to go get another one. You know, it's funny when I grabbed it because it was at a gas station. When I grabbed it,
cinnamon Coke. What is hell's Heath? What is cinnamon Coke?
That's a thing. So okay, what? So listen. So when I grabbed it, I took it up. I took it up to the counter, and the guy's like, "Oh, do you like it?" And I said, "No, I'm actually buying it because I'm curious. I want to try it." He goes, "Oh, you know, because they don't tell you what it tastes like." But he goes, "I think I know what it is." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm fascinated." You know, Bill or whatever the hell his name was. Like, what does it taste like? He goes, "Rhubarb and cinnamon." I'm like, I don't know how to.
Who the fuck wants a rhubarb Coke?
Process that.
Here's the deal, and I'm gonna say this, and y'all, there is like Coke, and then you look at the fucking thing, like you go to the gas station, and there's like a whole fucking cooler of like different kind of Cokes, and there's be like regular Coke, Diet Coke, Cherry Coke, and that's it. The rest of them some bullshit. Seriously. But I want vanilla Coke. No, you don't.
Right.
Ain't nobody want a vanilla Coke. That's the Coke you get when there ain't any other Cokes.
All right, we got a lot to go through. We're going to go to the next one. So now, okay, so that was from a couple weeks ago.
Maybe a rum and Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Jack and Coke in a can.
They have that, actually.
They do?
We'll talk offline. I get those quite a bit. So that was you know, the whole shebang thing with that is and I'll show you again. It was from, this is what the umbrella they're calling Coca-Cola Creations. That's like the new brand. Like that's the new thing for like, well, we've run out of flavors, so now we're just gonna make creations. You know, it's like you want to know what Slimer tastes like? Coca-Cola Slimer, just in time for Ghostbusters, whatever it is. Anyway, so moving on past that one, the new one that was just announced from Coca-Cola Creations. So we've been to space. Get ready to go virtual, because here comes Pixels. That's right. Coca-Cola is getting into the gamer market by introducing a new flavor that allegedly tastes like pixels. Because, everybody knows what ones and zeros taste like.
Hey, if you want to get in the game, if you want to get into the gamer market, just call it Mountain Dew.
Right? Coca-Cola.
Sorry, you missed the fucking boat on that one, Coca-Cola. It's Mountain Dew / whatever your parents buy.
Yeah. Coca-Cola.
That's what my kids drink, whatever I buy. That's
what's
what
the other one? G Fuel is the thing that they're all drinking.
Yeah, G Fuel. Gamer Fuel. Yeah, G Fuel.
Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Bite, as in BYTE, like, megabyte, makes the intangible taste of the pixel tangible. It's the Coca-Cola taste you know and love, with bright elements up front and refreshing with the finish. We believe it's important to be present in the spaces where gamers play. Coca-Cola has long supported the gaming community. Like,
like gamers' girlfriends, they don't know how to finish.
It's like, I feel like it's just like, I don't know. It's marketing. They're like, throw whatever leftover spices we have together and we'll call it, Mega Blast, whatever.
It's like White Claw tastes like fruit and static. This just tastes like static.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's the idea. Like I said, it's the second new flavor from Coca-Cola Creations after the, Stardust or whatever the hell it was.
Do we have anything else? I'm done with Coke.
All right.
You done with this Asia. What's next?
Okay. Moving on from Coca-Cola.
Next beer, Coke. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So let's talk Pepsi. Let's talk what Pepsi's doing. Oh, you guys.
Nothing better.
You're going to love this.
They've eclipsed it when they made Baja Blast. Oh, my God. Fucking Peeps. Peeps Pepsi.
Peeps flavored Pepsi in pink,
Diabetes
yellow, and blue.
In a can, baby. You can just get the shakes just looking at that motherfucker. Look at it.
They're calling it Pepsi X Peeps, or Pepsi crossed with Peeps, I guess is what it is. Yeah. This now, to be fair, this is something you can't. Well, you couldn't buy. You couldn't buy. This was like a promotional thing for the Easter. Like it was a giveaway. You had to win a contest. I think there was like 1,000 or so of them, and like you got a
Jesus
case.
Is dead. Here's your diabetes Pepsi.
Pretty much.
He is risen indeed.
Now you can have a disgusting drink with your shitty Easter candy. It's beautiful. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Just quit talking about it.
It's just
next.
It's just Pepsi Peeps. I mean,
sounds gross as fuck. Next.
That just sounds horrible. Okay, but Pepsi didn't stop there. Pepsi said, "Oh, Peeps, okay. What? How can we take it up a notch? You got to think that's sweet.
How can you take it up a notch from that?
That's sweet, but how do we go next level? You got to love the people at Pepsi, because how do you go from Peeps? How do you go sweeter than Peeps? Oh, I got you.
Pepsi and honey?
You're so close. Pepsi and maple syrup, bitches. Pepsi crosses over with IHOP for their signature Pepsi maple syrup edition. I mean, how thick?
In all fairness,
do you think
I don't drink water till my urine is the same color and consistency as maple syrup. So
imagine like you and it's just like blorp, blorp, like it just drools out of the like it's just thick. You know what it is? It's that Pepsi syrup before they added the water to it. That's all it is. It's just a can of that Pepsi concentrate.
Okay,
no water.
hold on. And this is what So there's two types of people. There's Coke people and Pepsi people, right?
Sure.
And there's Democrats and Republicans. Okay. I feel like this is a perfect personification of what is happening in politics right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, whoa. I want to put maple syrup in my politics. No, motherfucker. I'm going to add fucking Peeps in mine. It's just escalating until it's just going to explode, and Donald Trump is going to have like an orange flavored Pepsi.
All right. I'm not going to follow any of that. I'm just going to read from the press release where it says, few things awaken the senses like the smell of pancakes and maple syrup in the kitchen.
It's called diabetes. That's that.
In partnership with IHOP, Pepsi is celebrating pancake lovers everywhere with a new, highly limited edition flavor, Pepsi Maple Syrup Cola, that combines the indulgent flavor profile of maple syrup with the crisp, refreshing caramel notes of a Pepsi.
I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to put this out there, and this is not defending Pepsi at all with this atrocity, okay? But at least I know what maple syrup tastes like. I don't know what fucking stargazing tastes like. So they got that going for them.
I mean,
that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
It's a valid
The
valid
hints
point.
of caramel that come with the Pepsi. I don't put caramel on my pancakes.
I mean, true. True. Very true. Okay. Oh, we're having fun, guys. This rabbit hole goes deeper. Hang on.
It would be a hua of you to go to
move into the next one. Now, okay, so here's one where I kind of was like, I kind of want to try it. Chocolate lovers rejoice. Dr. Pepper, fantastic chocolate, is on the way. So, the classic, like, oh, Dr. Pepper's 23 flavors. Apparently they added a 24th, and it's chocolate.
Not chocolate, fantastic chocolate.
Fantastic chocolate. Yeah. Hey,
it's whatever, man.
So I read a review, and somebody who's like a big soda drinker said it's actually not that bad and kind of tastes like chocolate covered cherries.
Get that.
And I see that. I can
see
that.
Of the things that you've had on this show, if I had to actually purchase and consume one, it might be fantastic chocolate.
It doesn't get any better than this. We're about to take a sharp decline. So
the diabetes or the self-loathing?
Just why? Just a lot
that's,
of
that's
why.
That's making a Chinese airline, baby, and head straight for the ground.
Ooh, God.
Too soon?
Damn, bro. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Let's do it.
And while some of these have been limited edition and through special participation, this next one is a nationwide release. This next one, which I cannot get behind, will be available in all stores and easy to purchase. All right. Okay, here we go. Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot.
I've seen that actually at my local stores. I've seen that here.
Why? Why?
My kid got a can of that to wash down his Takis, his super hot Takis.
Oh, the poor butthole. Oh,
right.
It's
a way to make your pee-pee hole burn, just like your butthole.
Oh my God.
Whatever. Moving on.
The iconic soda brand announced its intentions to go to hell with its spiciest flavor release. I'm telling you.
Oh, they're taking us right down the fucking expressway to that place.
Oh, man.
Let's keep it up.
When we launched Mountain Dew Flaming Hot online last year in limited supply, the product sold out in less than an hour. Now we're excited to bring it back to our loyal fans by making it available at retailers nationwide. Ugh.
Oh.
Man. I just no.
Yep.
Just no. Liquid diabetes. All right. Moving on. We're gonna move away from the drinks now. Let's move into some foods. I might have teased this one the last time we talked about it. But here it is, back and better than ever. The McDonald's Spam and Oreo Burger. This is exclusive to China. And like, this is what they think we eat. Like, this is their like American special in China.
They go watch a Fast and Furious movie and choke down a Spam and Oreo burger.
I mean,
Wash it down with some flaming hot.
This doesn't sound real, but it 100% is. This is a real thing. The website describes this abomination as full of meatiness with a hint of sweet aftertaste. That's how they describe the burger. Full of meatiness with a hint of sweet aftertaste.
God, you know what though? We talk shit, but it might be good. It might be. I don't know, dude.
Each element is good.
Because when you think about, okay, hear me out, and this is as
your trailer park is showing, Radar. Your trailer park is showing.
As somebody who has watched lots of cooking shows, the flavor profiles aren't. They go together. That kind of sweetness of the Oreos with the salty savory of the Spam. I'm curious though. What is the sauce? What is the sauce?
I mean, what would you put? What would you put?
If I was making it?
Yeah, like what?
Frosting.
The Oreo frosting? I was kind of thinking that.
Just regular white frosting.
I was like you know how you get a cookies and cream cake and like
okay, hold on. When I eat Spam, I take Spam and I have maple syrup and I dip the Spam in maple syrup and that's how I eat it. I mean, it's not that much fucking different than that.
Just when I have respect for your Radar, you just go and just.
I mean, think about it, dude. A lot of people eat Spam or ham or breakfast sausage or whatever with syrup, and that little bit that sweet breaks up the salty and savory of the meat.
Mike says that sauce should be like marshmallow, like the marshmallow fluff.
Yes. Fuck, I'm gonna go make this tonight.
Jesus Christ. Oh, we've lost it. This is the Fast and Furious of fast food.
Food and Furious.
Vin Diesel should be the spokesperson for the McDonald's Spam and Oreo burger.
I should be. I'm way more built for the Spam and Oreo burger than Vin Diesel.
Okay. So how can we further the atrocities?
The atrocities?
The atrocities. I'm going to say it different every time.
Atrocities.
Atrocities. Pepsi. You see, I say Pepsi, and you think we're back to the drinks, right? We are not. We are not. I introduce you to the Pepsi-roni pizza, complete with Pepsi-flavored pepperoni.
Pepsi-ronis.
The Pepsi-roni pizza. I have no words.
Next.
The Pepsi-roni pizza. So this
again,
week,
dude, I don't know. Because it's back to the sweet, dude. Back to the sweet on the meat. Sweet meat.
I know how much you love your sweet meat.
He's coming back in college, actually.
Let's see.
No, but seriously, that sweet does work with that salty and I don't know, dude. It could be good. Let me say this. If it's just like a little bit of sweet on the pepperoni, okay? If it's all Coke in the fucking or all Pepsi and flavored on the cheese and all like a sprinkled sugary shit, that would be good.
All right. Last Wednesday morning.
Same reason pineapple and ham go together on pizza. Fight me.
Don't. Wednesday morning last week, Pepsi officially unveiled the Pepsi-roni pizza, a special pizza that will soon be available in certain markets, trying tying into an overarching marketing campaign, the brand is partnering with Culinary Institute of America to come up with a special Pepsi-branded pepperoni pizza. The concept is quite simple. Pepperoni brings a smoky spiciness, and the Pepsi adds a citrusy sweetness, which is what they said in the press release. It's an intriguing combination we think pizza fans will be excited to try. Not only will the specialty crafted pepperoni carry similar caramel and cola notes of Pepsi, but it'll be shaped like the brand circle logo as well. The pizza is kicking off of Pepsi's Better with Pepsi creative campaign, in which the brand hopes to market to those getting a pizza pie whenever they may. According to the company, upwards of 73% of pizza places across the country carry Pepsi products on tap. So, starting in the New York market, but it will eventually roll out to other locations across the country in the coming weeks. Yes, Jeff, pineapple does not fucking go on pizza.
I'll fucking fight you.
You are
I'll fight you.
correct, sir.
You guys are wrong.
I can make radar go away. I can do that. I have
Radar
the
go
button.
away as well, but I'll see you.
I have the button. Anyway, so yeah. So that's Pepsi-roni pizza. Ugh. I'm a New Yorker. Don't fuck with the pizza. Don't fuck with the pizza.
Fuck that pizza.
Don't fuck with the pizza.
Oh
All
shit! I unplugged. Hold on, I. Why does my thing keep popping out? Get in there. Stay.
You're good, buddy. You're good.
Great, now I can't hear you.
Moving on.
God damn it!
We can hear you. We can hear you.
I really can't hear you.
I know, but we can hear you. So you just be quiet now. All right.
Stupid.
Candy canes. Oh, yes. Oh God. Here we go.
What's going on here?
Just mutter to yourself. Mutter to yourself. I'm gonna mute him so that he can fix himself. Just go away and come back. Anyway, I'm talking to you guys. Talking to you guys in the chats here. Next. Oh Jesus. We're gonna take a left turn now. You ready? You ready?
Well, I
Radar?
couldn't hear you. I'd have no clue what you said for like the last
I know,
2 minutes.
I know. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them. Here we go.
No one liked me.
Left turn. Mac and cheese candy canes.
Let's go back to the pizza.
Also bacon candy canes and pickle candy canes. So this is Archie McPhee, a Seattle-based store known for its wild and wacky products, currently marketing a mac and cheese candy cane, described as having an instant mac and cheese flavor. Box is only like $5.95. And if you're not grossed out enough by that, they had the bacon, they got the pickle. There's also a clam flavored, a coal, as in stocking coal flavor, and a rotisserie chicken flavor that I might actually be interested in rotisserie chicken. But it's just why? Who? Why? Ew. Why? Maybe the bacon flavored. Maybe. Bacon flavored candy cane? I don't know. Fort Bragg, man, the clam flavor. I know that one gets you. Heath says he'd try them all. Oh God. Ugh. You could have like a whole like Thanksgiving dinner. You get like one of each candy cane and just go through like a whole Thanksgiving dinner. Ugh. Oh God. All right. We're moving on because I can't for that for long. Oh God, I can't. But I'm gonna keep to the thing. I'm gonna keep to the theme of mac and cheese. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? God.
Pepsi flavored mac and cheese?
No. It is Kraft macaroni and cheese that tastes like candy. The mac and cheese you know and love, except it's pink and tastes like candy. This was a limited edition that they came out for the, obviously, Valentine's holiday, that nonsense. But yeah, they described it as classic Kraft mac and cheese with an additional packet that has hints of a sweet candy flavor. I'm sorry, it cannot be that pink with hints of candy flavor. Thoughts?
Right? No, I know bullshit, Jeff. He's losing what little faith he had left in humanity. I hear you, buddy.
Oh, yes. Oh, we're gonna get to ice cream. You hang on there. We're circling the bend. We're getting to ice cream. But what do you think, Radar? Pink candy flavored mac and cheese. You in or out?
I'm fucking out. How would I be in for that? That sounds
who
gross
wants
as
this?
fuck. No.
Who
I
wants
might.
this?
Can you put pineapples on pizza? No.
No, you cannot.
It's good as fuck.
All right.
You fucking.
Moving on. So we're gonna stay in the realm of mac and cheese, but you know what? Just because Jeff mentioned it, let's move on to ice cream. That's right. It is the Van Leeuwen Kraft macaroni and cheese flavored ice cream.
They also, before they made ice cream with weird flavors, they made bombers for the Nazis.
Really?
I think so. Sure about it.
Van Leeuwen?
Sounds like that sounds like someone.
Leeuwen?
That sounds like something you would fly over London and drop bombs with. Because the Blitz.
The Van Leeuwen. Yeah. I got nothing.
It sounds gross as fuck.
Who
Scroll through it.
wants mac and cheese flavored ice cream?
No one.
Heath, man, I'm starting to get worried about you. He's
Tomato ice cream?
had
That sounds
tomato
worse.
ice cream.
That sounds worse, dude. I'd rather have fucking.
I'd rather go mac and cheese than tomato ice cream. I'm just saying.
I think so too.
If I was forced to eat one of them, and I'd resist quite a bit, but if I was forced to eat one of them, yeah, that'd be the one. Ugh. Okay, moving on. So let's finally get away from mac and cheese because we've had enough mac and cheese. But let's stay in the realm of ice cream. I got another one for you. Cheetos flaming hot ice cream. You seem intrigued or disgusted or you just shit yourself. I can't tell.
I had a small stroke.
You had a small stroke. There you go. Yep. That's about right. So,
I'm just I think Jeff is actually me in the comments right now. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Is you time traveling? I came back just to tell you how bad this is. Yeah, so it wasn't bad enough that we had macaroni and cheese ice cream. Now, Marble Slab Creamery announced its new Flamin' Hot Cheetos ice creams and milkshakes. The Georgia-based ice cream company announced the creation, writing on Instagram, check out our hot new summer sensation. They're now available, but much like the Kraft creation, this announcement met with mixed reaction. Yeah.
Nope, looks gross. Next.
He says, back blast area clear. Oh, man. Yes. Mike makes a great point. These items are why we are confusing the Chinese people. It's our own fault. This is real. Why would you want spicy hot ice cream? I feel like that would hurt my body in different ways.
What if you mix that with the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew for a float?
God, Jesus Christ. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dude.
And you just sprinkle some Takis on it, on tap. And
this is how you know they legalized weed in like half the country.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
Dude, what if we put some Cheetos in the ice cream?
Oh, man. Pour some Fireball on it and call it a fire shit float.
Dude.
Oh, man.
That's what we should do for the 100th anniversary show.
No.
Don't be beach.
No.
Don't be beach. Let's do it, dude.
No. I'm sorry, no. I wouldn't be able to survive to the 101st episode.
Fine, dude.
Yeah, that's just a no for me. That's a no for me.
Oh, the Taliban can't take you out, but some ice cream can.
Hell yeah, man.
All right then.
Hollow out a Slim Jim for a straw. Oh God.
Mm.
Oh Jesus.
Yes.
Dude, you are twisted,
yes,
man.
dude.
You are twisted. I like it.
Oh.
All right.
Oh my God, I love it. The fire shit float. Let's do this.
Couple more and we're done. Because I don't know how much more my stomach. I'm like feeling all types of stuff turn over in my stomach right now.
Rather eat a fucking kefir.
Last ice cream of the bunch. And again, I don't know. I got no Ritz flavored ice cream.
No.
Ritz cracker flavored ice cream.
Some, I believe, crackers.
I mean, and they're calling it crackers and cream. I mean, kudos for the marketing of it, but
how do you say no to crackers and cream?
I mean, I'm with Heath. I might, if it was there, I might try it. I might. Obviously, it's a collaboration between Cool House and Ritz, described on the package as peanut butter ice cream marbled with crispy Ritz cracker swirl. Doesn't sound that bad. Peanut butter ice cream.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that idea.
With a little bit of crackery, crumbly, crusty stuff.
I've had worse things in my mouth, I'm sure.
I'm sure too.
I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna do that for the 100th anniversary show.
You're still on the fireball the fireball float. All right. Anyway, yeah. I mean, maybe.
Of the things on the list,
yeah,
that's the least disgusting.
Like if you had just offered me this, I'd be like, oh no, that sounds terrible. But after reading all these other things, I'm like, yeah, I'd eat that. I'd try it at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like that one girl in the commo section when you go to Iraq.
Where you're like, never in a million years.
No fucking way would I want that in my mouth in about 6 months.
But I'm deployed, so.
What's up, girl? This ice cream's like Iraq hot. That's what it is.
this ice cream is deployment hot. I gotcha.
Deployment hot. Yeah.
Mike says this segment makes me think chicken teriyaki MREs were pretty great. There you go. That's it.
Ooh, that would be a good one. Do you want the Ritz ice cream or the ham and cheese omelet?
The jambalaya. Ugh.
Actually, I didn't hate the jambalaya.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
There was worse. There was way worse.
I mean, there was, sure. Okay. So now, we did the ice creams, ice cream Ritz. So let's do Ritz. Let's cross that over with something that if I gave you 1,000 years to come up with this cross concoction, I don't think you would do it.
Pepsi. We're bringing it full circle.
No, thank Jesus, no.
Ritz flavored Pepsi. I don't know. Go for it.
Oreo Ritz. I'm just gonna let this sit for a second because I don't understand it. I don't like it. I feel, oh man, I can't say that. I cannot say that. I'll get canceled so fast. No. Just no. I don't, why? Obviously, two things that on their own, fine, but why? You look like you're thinking about it and are intrigued, and I don't like it. Don't Don't be intrigued by this. This is naughty. This is wrong. This is wrong.
It's naughty and it's just wrong.
I'm pretty sure there's a verse in the Bible about this. Like that it should not be together.
I want one, but I want to dip it in ranch.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
Oh, but seriously, not ranch. But it goes back to that sweet and salty together, dude. It might work. It might work. And Jeff, I agree. I'm blaming the left for this inclusive bullshit.
Is there anyone out there that really would go out and buy this and try it? Dip it in guacamole. Oh my God. You might as well. You might as well dip it in some like hot sauce. Like this already.
I'm telling you, ranch.
This is already an abomination of two things that don't belong together. Fuck it.
Ranch.
Might as well dip it in ranch, put some whipped cream, and then deep fry it. There you go. Fuck it. Just I don't know.
Why are you? Of all the stuff on the list, this is one of the least offensive.
But that's the thing. To me, this is taking two. Like the other things are just like, it doesn't make sense. This is taking two things that are perfect by themselves
and just jalapeno cheese spread.
You know what this is? Do you know what this is? This is Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. Two things that are perfect by themselves, and you put them together because you're like, this must make things even more perfect. But then Angelina Jolie comes strolling in and swings a wrecking ball through it. They don't belong together. They don't. They're too perfect on their own. No. I firmly stand against this.
You can be against it if you want. I think of all the things we have talked about, it's on the least offensive list.
A quote from the...
Okay, think of this v. Flamin' Hot Cheetos ice cream.
Like if I had to eat one of them?
Yep.
Well, it'd be this, but I would separate the two of them and eat them individually.
This is of the things, like Keith said, better than bacon-flavored whiskey, right?
Sure.
This shit goes together like Grunts and Garrison. Yeah, tear that ass up.
That's yeah. I'm just
saying, of the things in the last 20 minutes we've listed off, there's been worse.
Apparently, last year, Oreo paired up with Barefoot Wine to release a cookie-inspired wine.
That's fine.
And even Oreo did a candle, like an Oreo smelling candle. It's like I'm fine with that. I can do that.
No, I really think I get it. I get it a little bit. I can see where it is the sweet and the salty go together.
Sweet,
and I can see
savory.
where it wouldn't. Yeah, I can see where it wouldn't be horrible. I can see where it might be okay. But I don't think it's like God's gift to snacks.
Yeah, I don't know why like an Oreo is a perfect cookie. Perfectly fine.
No, it's not. It's far from.
I'm just saying you don't need to go fucking with it. Like anyway, moving on. We've come to the last thing on my list. And it is an unholy abomination that shouldn't exist. Fortunately, it doesn't exist here in the States. But the mere fact that it exists on this planet hurts me to my core. I present to you chocolate orange mayonnaise. And they dare put in front of it seriously good chocolate orange mayo. I don't have words. I don't have words. You know, we've seen mayo ketchup mixed into that mayo chip, right? We've seen the other things mix. There's ranch. There's like a ketchup ranch mix. You know, hot sauce ranch. We've seen honey racha, right? Honey and sriracha.
Yeah, that shit ain't real. You got it from Alex Jones. The lizard people eat it.
So this company announced it's called Terry's.
It's called what?
Well, no, sorry. So this is overseas. This is in the UK. Terry's is this, like the chocolate oranges, right? You've had those before. Chocolate oranges, little candies that are shaped like oranges. So they're made by a company called Terry's. So Heinz is getting together with Terry's, the chocolate orange company, and making chocolate orange mayo. Now, why? Like, when have you ever used mayo and you're like, you know what would make this better? If it was chocolate and orange flavored. I don't know. I just I just realized my guest for the 100th episode is in the UK. I should have asked
What the hell do they put it on? That's right, Corporal Carter. What the fuck they put it on?
I don't know. Apparently a spoon, as described by, because I'm like, I don't know. It would be better easy eating it. That's funny. That's funny. I could just imagine large, like the spoon, but like on the catapult, but like,
oh yeah,
but it's a spoon and just and just large globs of black. Anyway, whatever. I just
come out.
There's what do you I have no words.
I don't either. You have been listening to Pop Culture Warrior. We are here.
I don't know. Like all the things we might bust jokes on, like the hot ice cream and stuff like that. But I'm like, if you're a
hot ice cream, that's just called melted ass ice cream.
The spicy ice cream. I'm like, if you like spicy and you like ice cream, I guess you could. But who is like, man, I wish this mayo tasted like orange or chocolate. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a pregnant woman thing. Maybe it's like, I have that craving for chocolate and orange and mayonnaise. And you're like, baby, I got you. I don't know.
Nah, fam. I'm out. I dip out.
I feel like as a society, as a planet.
As a society, hear me out. As a society, we should do our best to protect the weak. And only weak-minded people are going to be out eating some orange-ass chocolate ice cream, mayonnaise. We need to protect them from themselves.
I feel like we failed.
We did.
I feel like as a planet, we have just run out of ideas. We've this segment is making me feel more and more like there's nothing left to create. So now we're just mishmashing in a whole slew of just random shit. Like, what if I took this frog leg and put it on this ear of corn? And is that something? Like, this is like, remember in Toy Story, Sid's room with all the toy pieces mixed together and just unholy abominations of toys? Like, this is the food equivalent of that.
This is the Forky of.
Yes, mayonnaise. This is the Forky. It just garbage that shouldn't exist.
I'm trash. Yes, you are.
I like that. Jeff says, we haven't run out of ideas. Technology just gave everyone a voice, and a slew of those voices are fucking stupid. Yeah.
This is the same people who name Navy ships Boat McBoatface or whatever. Boaty McBoatface.
Yeah. Yeah. This is one of my favorite jokes came from, I think it was Nate Bargatze that said, he said, Google is not an answer engine. It's a search engine. So when you type in something stupid, it's not going to tell you you're wrong. It's just going to match you to 100,000 people that think that same stupid idea is a good idea.
Well, because, okay, you need to think of how stupid the average person is and then realize half the population is dumber than that. And they're like, give me some flaming hot Mountain Dew and some toast with orange chocolate mayo on it.
God, I'm just...
It covers up the stench of my wife's vajayjay.
I'm just sad now. I'm kind of depressed right now. I'm kind of sad. I feel
like you need some flaming hot Cheeto ice cream mixed with some flaming hot Mountain Dew float form.
With a shot of Fireball?
A shot of Fireball.
God.
Oh, and you thought the maple syrup Pepsi was bad.
Oh, man. Oh, God. We've fallen so far. So far.
Yeah, that movie Idiocracy wasn't supposed to be a documentary.
Oh, Jesus. We've come.
It's got what plants crave. All right, tight. Thanks.
Electrolytes. But it's got the electrolytes. Anyway. Mike says, this is what we fought for.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
We tried way too hard to live through this bullshit, didn't we?
America. Damn, that's a good one, Brent. That's a good one. The biggest mistake people make when designing something completely foolproof is to underestimate the ingenuity of complete fools. Douglas Adams.
It's true.
That's deep.
Add tequila to maple Pepsi. I will add tequila in everything.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we gotta wrap this shit up, dude. I gotta pee.
Yeah, we've come to the end of an episode. Guys, this is the end of episode 90 fucking 9.
This is the end of the first century of CQ.
And Radar.
Well, you've been here for all of them.
100 episodes we're coming up on. I seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you guys for just fucking off with us and just being silly and having fun. Look, the world is a fucking dark, depressing, depraved, evil place. And for every Tuesday that you guys hang out with us and laugh and have fun and talk about the stupidest, silliest, inconsequential bullshit, I truly appreciate it. And you make you make it so good. And yes, Mike, I can't believe you've watched more than one episode of these as well. You guys are awesome. And next week, I want to say next week, but God, who knows what fucking plane could fall on me. But let's just say the next episode, we're gonna wrap up 100 episodes with a bang. Tune in. We're gonna do fucking crazy giveaways, the craziest giveaways I've ever done, the great giveaways that people are still telling me I should not do. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna have an awesome guest, lots more excitement, ton of content coming, convention appearances, celebrity interviews. Man, there's things I want to say, but I can't say. It's too far out still, but it's coming.
You're all right.
It's coming. Are we dressing up for the 100th episode? Should we do tux and top hat? Should we
I'll wear my suit. I'll wear a suit. I'll I'll wear my suit.
You know what? Let's just say yes. We'll do that, and then I just won't, so that you come
I mean,
in.
in all fairness, they don't even know if we're wearing pants.
We're not. I'm not wearing pants.
Say it.
You see my hairy ass leg. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just lost half the audience with that. Anyway,
We're gonna fuck shit up.
We're gonna
That's
fuck
right.
shit up. That's right. That's right. All right, guys. Before I get all sentimental and bullshit, thank you guys for tuning in. Radar.
Yes.
Sorry. Mike's comment. He goes, "This Is Us" gets canceled, but this shit stays on.
Our budget
That's
is
right.
considerably lower.
That's right.
Remember that.
Two
Bang
seasons in
for your
running.
buck, if you will.
Yes. Mr. Radar, would you
Yes.
tell the fine folks at home what they can look forward to seeing here on a typical week at WTF Nation Radio?
I sure can, because tonight they have been listening to Pop Culture Warrior with him, CQ, and me, Radar. We're here every Tuesday for your entertainment needs. Now, tomorrow is a Donza Day of Dave No Scheduled Activities. It's Wednesday. We will be off work. You guys should be too. Go enjoy your families. Thursday, Swords time. Ice Spanky Sorting. They'll be talking about all things Big Army, National Guard Reserve, retirees, all kinds of stuff. If there's news from the Army that came out this week, they're going to pass it on to you. So be there. Friday night, Freedom. Cause Pookie. Their show is amazing. Be there. Talk about all different kinds of shit. They have all kinds of fun things to talk about. They are a good show. Be there. Saturday, Sunday, the weekend, Donza Days. We take a 48-hour weekend. This week is a holiday. And I believe Ice is taking Monday off, but on a normal Monday, we are here for the Monday edition, Ice and Shipwreck. Hanging out, talking about current events every Monday. They're there for the Monday edition. Aptly named, it's on Monday night. But now, Tuesday, swinging back around, back to us. We'll be right here, him, CQ, me, Radar, every Tuesday for Friday Night. Jesus Christ.
So close.
We're here on Tuesdays for Friday
So
Night
close.
Freedom because almost has this close.
So
for Pop Culture Warrior with him, CQ, me, Radar.
99 episodes, man. Still going strong. And Jeff, this was your first time watching? Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry. We're usually better than this. Shh, don't tell him. We're usually so much better than this. It's a really good show to watch. Don't tell him. Hey, Keith says, I'm just glad y'all have not gone public and committed fraud yet. Huh, wouldn't you like to know?
Too dumb for that.
Oh, man. We'll clean that shit up in post. That's right. Yeah.
Right. Thank God for post.
That's right. So we'll be back, more episodes. And guys, really, the station is going through some huge changes, all in the betterment. We're relaunching the website, relaunching the podcast services. We're making some huge changes. There are new shows on the horizon.
Yes. The
New
Plymouth
shows.
Horizon. It's on a 1984 Plymouth Horizon.
It is. We're gonna have a show called "Isn't It So Punny?" and it's gonna be run by Radar. He's just gonna make jokes just like that.
Bad jokes. Bad jokes with Radar.
Bad dad jokes. Anyway, so we got a ton of new content coming. Lots to keep your eyes open to. And then just on the Pop Culture Warrior side of things, like me and a couple other guys are gonna get together and we're gonna be shooting some content. And if you haven't taken the time to go to the Facebook page, Pop Culture Warrior, like the page, because we're gonna be putting a bunch of content on there, doing some crazy things. I'm really excited, man. I'm excited to see all that stuff come to fruition. So it's been 2 years in the making. We've got 2 back-to-back Best in Entertainment Podcast Award nominees. Now we're 3rd year's the charm. We're pushing for the win. So thank you guys so much for coming
back
out.
World War champs, baby. Wait, what?
All right, guys. This has been fun. We will catch you next week. Tune in for all the other shows this week, and we'll catch you back here next week on Tuesday. Shots. Say goodnight, Radar.
Bye, Radar.
Shots.
Doc! Doc! Oh, no!